playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
For a beautiful, wonderful fasting day one. I see you got your water bottle. Monday. Pew. Oh, it's a quick draw McGraw. Hey, that's kind of cool. Mine's dumb, and I got to refill it too.
Well, this is the ones you got us, so I thought it was like kind of a.
No, yours. I like that. Also, mine's much girthier than yours.
Yes.
I like Dave gets us all water bottles, and Jason's the only one that uses it.
I know. Why you already had your own?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had water bottles. I just thought.
Yeah, it's like the official way.
But you're not using it.
I told you. I looked for this water bottle for you guys, and I couldn't find it, so I got that one. You're saying I should have gotten one of those, so we all. Okay. What'd you do with the one I gave you then?
It's in my office.
I could have given it to like someone who needs a water bottle.
There are kids in Africa.
Needy people, yeah. Needy people around the world need water bottles with sayings on them. If you're just joining us, or if you're not an everyday listener to the program, we are. And by the way, I don't know what the legal is, but I'll just get ahead of it. In no way, shape, or form are we giving any medical advice, or are we suggesting in any way, shape, or form that anyone ever, anywhere in the world, should do a 3-day fast. It is our choice. We have consulted with the proper authorities and doctors, and it is us and us alone, and legal jargon, which I probably should have actually checked out in advance. But anyways, it's us. We're doing it. 3 days. Started last night. Are either of you hungry?
No, but this is kind of
starving.
Are you really? Do you normally eat before you come in?
Nope.
Okay. So this is all.
I think it's mental.
So for everyone,
it's all mental.
Yeah.
But this is a standard. Sometimes I might eat before the show, sometimes, but not all the time. So this doesn't.
So
doesn't feel abnormal.
We're not in the Kenny Loggins danger zone yet, where your body thinks it needs to eat.
Yeah, I'm curious for each of you. What's your first thought on when you? I think Chris is right. Most things like this are mental.
I think he is. I've said it. I watched a bunch of videos over the weekend because I'm not worried about stifling my hunger. I'm not worried about making it through from that aspect. The literal only thing I'm worried about is that I have a slight sugar issue sometimes that gets me, and I also have a migraine issue. And so I was reading all kinds of stuff. Mainly the migraines is what worries me, like how to, because that's a side effect. And I was pretty happy with most of what I read, which was, hey, just stay hydrated, keep your sodium up, which is what we have the low electrolyte things for, blah, blah, blah. You should be fine. And it's not like if I get a headache, I fully expect at some point over the next 3 days to get a headache because I get one every freaking other day. But that's not, I can power through that. I'm more worried about the blood sugar issues, but I think between hydration, the supplements, all that. Also, like I've kind of had a soft landing into this because I've been on soft food since Thursday afternoon. So I'm already kind of starting the liquid diet.
Yeah.
So I had rice and beans last night.
That's your final meal.
That's my final. My wife made Jamaican jerk chicken, which I flipping love. Yeah, dude, with the habanero in the back and the whole. Oh, it smells so good. So I had rice and beans, so carved right up, little protein, fibrous, all that stuff.
Nice.
So today it's a mug of beef broth and electrolytes. And
so you're gonna go for the broth today?
I'm going to try to use the broth as like last chance sustenance.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I get to a point where I'm like, I am hurting so bad, like I'm so hungry, which I don't even know if I'll get there, then I'm going to be like, okay, other than that, I'm going to have, my plan is to have like a mug of beef broth a day, like one.
Okay.
And water and it also said that was a big thing for the headache. I have my coffee, but I didn't put creamer in it this morning. I put,
I don't think you can, correct?
No. Well, I assume you can't.
Yeah.
So, I put, I went and got coconut oil and I put a teaspoon. It said to put coconut oil in it because it, I don't know, lubes up your brain or something so that you don't. So yeah, it said if you drink caffeine, which I drink a cup of coffee or a thing of coffee a day, then it said keep doing that. That's a real good way to get headaches is if you just cut it off right away. So and coffee, green tea is another one. Those are all like acceptable, blah blah blah. So we'll see.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
Is that a real reaction from Chris right now?
I think that's the thing. Like, also, I am curious to see if any of us get in bad moods, and B, like how we're gonna handle. Like,
it's better that they've won 7. What if they had lost 7 in a row and we started?
I don't think I would do. I don't think I would. I think I'd be like, guys, danger zone. Can't. I will say something terrible. Blah blah blah.
You also said something interesting on Twitter last night.
I did.
About the fast and the Kings winning streak.
I did. And I'll stick to that, dude. Seriously, I will stay. I will. If the Kings are still undefeated, so I guess basically what they beat
the Milwaukee game.
Is that it? Yeah. If they
because this ends when Wednesday night,
and then is that Houston Wednesday night too, or
no Thursday?
Okay. Yeah, I was like, no, dude, I'll stay on it.
So you won't eat if they win tomorrow.
I'm not eating until they lose.
Okay.
I'm not, dude.
I'm going to tell you.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
I am not participating in that.
I don't blame you. I said it in a moment of happiness and like solidarity with the gods or whatever. Do I regret saying it? A little. Am I going to stick to it? Yes, because if I were to go back on it and then let's say 3-game losing streak, I don't care what the clip just said. 100% my fault.
Yeah.
Kings are currently on a 23-game winning streak.
That's right.
And in other news, local morning host Dave has withered away.
108 pounds.
Yeah, for real. Like I'll look like I'm saving up for a role. It's some sad movie. That's exactly what I'm going to look like.
Dave was at the championship parade, but he blew away.
Yeah, he gone.
Is that Matt George?
I mean, it's not wrong, but yeah. So I'm a big believer in that. My pinned tweet right now, I had this big long soliloquy on how I felt bad for this. It sucks being a Kings fan, yet we're here, blah blah. And I looked back on it last night because someone did something to it, or replied away, and that was the morning of December 27th. That was the day he got fired. And do I believe that post kicked the universe into gear to make everything happen? Yes. I'm not saying I'm directly responsible for their 7-game winning streak. I'm saying of all the things in the universe aligning, all of that had to happen. So if I were to
part of it.
It was part of it. So if I were to break my word and start eating and they haven't lost, on me.
Yeah.
You got to take the good with the bad, Jason.
True.
Or the bad with the good.
Yeah. And I'm liking this good.
I'm really this is so fun. I like it. Everyone's in a good mood. We even have some people fasting with us.
No, really?
Yeah. Morning, fellas, starting to fast with y'all in solidarity. Let's go. And once again, let me say, I don't know why I'm so nervous about it this morning. We are not giving any advice. This is your thing. If you want to do it, that's on you. Please consult whoever you need to consult. We're just doing it to do it.
I've consulted Dr. Dave.
100%. I've consulted the internet.
Yeah. So we're good.
we are 100% good. So, la, 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 la. God, everybody's in a good mood on the chat, Jason. I mean, that's obviously going to change, but they're all in a great mood.
Happy chat.
Happy chat. I know we had a couple people that took a little bit of a break on Friday, kind of a forced break. They're back. The gates have been released, so everyone's in
Release
there.
the hounds.
And look, this is one of those days where every day we have our little sheet that tells us basically it's an outline for today's show.
It's the script. We read it word for word.
Word for word. In fact, this what
Who would ever do that on the air?
Right. Word for word. And you know what? It's Monday too, so this is tough because I want to try to be a good show host today. Everybody's tuning in to hear Kings and blah 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 blah, and not food stuff or funny clips or whatever. But I can't, Jason. Speaking of word for word, this came across my timeline again.
Moments for customers at a Kansas Home Depot. Police responded to reports of a bomb threat at the store in Wichita. A customer alerted employees. A man inside the bathroom said there was a bomb in the building. Police were able to locate the man responsible for those comments, and that man told police he warned other guests to leave the restroom because he was, quote, fixing to blow it up, but had no intention of causing a panic. Man also told police others in the room laughed, understanding his joke, which I'm just now getting. Home Depot says they will not be pressing charges. But I can tell you right now, you asked the producer for me to read that, didn't you? To Ethan now, please.
No.
Together, Ethan.
Funny.
I have to go to a commercial.
No, we're going to get it. We're going to get it.
How do you get it together, dude? Seriously, Mount Rushmore of TV bloopers. And I know we know at least one other one that would be on there as well. That'll be a fun summer convo. Guys, we have a monster show lined up for you. At 7:28, Mark Jones will join us from the road, TV voice of the Sacramento Kings. At 7:43, Gary Gerald, radio voice, joining us from the road for your Sacramento Kings. At 8 o'clock, provided he hasn't had his baby yet, Frankie Cartoscelli, Sacramento Kings insider, will join us. And in his first interview since taking the reins, Kings head coach Doug Christie joins us at 8:28. A little nervous to talk to Coach Doug.
Better behave.
Yeah. So we got a massive show for you. NFL playoffs have been happening. We'll try to fit that in somewhere as well, but it is Kings wall-to-wall for you at 1-800-912-1140. You can text us at 916, text us at 916-339-1140. We'll take a break. Leading off is next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
The new year is upon us with promises of new beginnings and new adventures, but don't let 2024 slip away without savoring the memories made with family and friends. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Looking forward is always exciting, but I have a lot to appreciate in this past year, revolving around time with family and more good time spent around my Naturewood dining table. Watching my grandson with his first bite of birthday cake was priceless and reminds me that new life is the perfect balance between yesterday and today. Greet the new year with a visit to Naturewood Home Furnishings during their annual New Year's sale going on now, including all the fine furniture and accessories in every department. How about a new style for the new year? Find that perfect piece of furniture that's new today and filled with future memories for tomorrow. The memories you make with your family will stay with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. look for the water wheel.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Levine driving, misses, that'll do it. And Malik Monk has the rebound. And the Sacramento Kings are going to have a 7-game winning streak. It's the first time since 2022. Behind us, Light the Beam chant as the Kings get the victory, 124-119.
Yeah. Kings beat the Celtics. Kings beat the Bulls. And Kings also defeated the typical Kings narrative. I had you told, we talked about it on Friday. Had you told me they'd beat the Celtics and lose to the Bulls, I'd have taken that in a heartbeat. I would have taken it in a heartbeat. But also, how Kingsy would it be to go into Boston, beat the Celtics by 17, and then lose to the Bulls?
Right.
And for much of the Bulls game, I'm watching it going, they're going to lose. This is, you can see it. It's a letdown, whatever it is. They're fitting Fox back in. I can't wait till Monday when everyone's going to be like, oh, see what happened when De'Aaron came back. You know, I'm thinking that. And then, Jason, they did the thing that we've seen. How many times have we seen really good teams, and mostly obviously when the Kings were bad, but hell, even this year, where the Kings will have a lead at home or on the road, but at home in this case. And, you know, it's a close lead. The other team's hanging around. And then the really good team in the fourth quarter just kind of does the things it needs to do, finds a way to grind out a win. And it was reversed yesterday. Right. The Kings did that in a game where, and I know this, it coming out of my mouth sounds excusey, but they tipped off at 10:30 a.m. their body time, and that just generally gets wonky for athletes. It's like the first game back from a road trip, and you notice everything's off the front rim. It's just one of those things. They found a way to win. I credit that a lot to the players, but of course, I think coaching.
Yep.
It just, they've won 7 in a row, Jason. It's awesome.
Doing a lot of good things, and I couldn't agree more about yesterday because it kind of checked a lot of the boxes of where the danger zone was, like right, the early start time.
Yes.
Incorporating De'Aaron. It's not that they're better without De'Aaron. It's obviously getting someone back when your other guys have been playing well.
That's
but
right.
Let's not forget the winning streak started with De'Aaron Fox playing.
That's right.
I mean, I think people quickly forgot that, but incorporating him back. So now distributing minutes the proper way.
Letdown game.
Classic letdown game. And then you also, by the way, I mean, on the other side, they're professionals there. Zach LaVine was having a game where you're going, man, you might just lose to Zach LaVine.
Zach
right?
LaVine was having one of those, hey, Monty, I don't know, can you figure it out type of games.
Right. Where, I mean, they put Keegan and Keon and De'Aaron. Like, it didn't matter. Like, some of the shots he was making, I'm like, and then Lonzo Ball hit a season high for threes. You're going, man, sometimes it's not your day. And so it felt like all those things were happening, and yet they were close. And then they broke through just enough. I mean, they didn't run away with it. I mean, they won another close game too. So these are things they weren't doing. Right now, everything is good for the Kings to get over 500 too. Just amazing.
By the way, when did Lonzo Ball learn to shoot? When did that happen?
Yesterday, actually.
He clanked his first one, and I remember I was like, oh, please keep shooting Lonzo. And it's 5 of 8.
Yeah.
What the hell? So anyways, and Josh Giddey looked, I mean, almost had triple-double.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a frustrating at times, grindy, and also not that Sabonis had a bad game by it, 22, 15, and 8. Just watching him, I have this thing, the hair on my neck stands up anytime Sabonis goes up against the Euro Center. It's just something weird where it just seems like it's this thing, but in this case, he actually easily outplayed Vucevic.
Oh, yeah.
Not that Vucevic had a bad game, and we got to talk. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Boston and Chicago. Obviously, recency bias. We'll try to do the collective today, but we can't not talk today about the absolute Bewody going into Boston and not only beating them by 17, handing them their biggest loss of the year, handing them obviously their biggest loss. I don't think they lost by more than 7 or 6 at home, and then Cleveland lost over the weekend. So as I'm fond of saying, because it triggers some people, the Sacramento Kings are the only team to be undefeated throughout the world in 2025. And some people might say the Pacers. But the Pacers' last loss was New Year's Eve, which was 2025 in Europe. And please, I'm being clear here. The Kings are the last team to not lose in 2025 around the world. So in Europe, it was already 2025, and the Pacers lost.
Facts.
Nothing but facts,
Right.
dude.
You don't make this stuff up.
I don't make this. I don't make it up.
Right.
I don't make the rules.
Right.
Okay.
Just reporting the news.
Just asking questions and getting answers. Yes. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Snap good, hold down, kick on its way. It is good. The Cardiac Commanders are the Clutch Commanders. They do it again. We'll see you in Detroit. And Jay Gonzalez kicks in the door and kicks us into the second round of the playoffs.
Did you see the video of that?
No.
It's London Fletcher. I forget what the play-by-play guy is. That's London Fletcher at the end there. And they're just like, so you remember, of course you do. Remember when Kirk Gibson was rounding second after the big home run and he was doing the arm thing, the sawing motion? So imagine two guys doing that for like 5 minutes while they're yelling.
Time.
Yeah, they're sawing a log together just in the booth. Hey, I got no love or hate for the Washington Commanders, but I will always have love for historically, at least lately, downtrodden garbage team that finds success. And the Commanders, obviously Washington, the football team has a very long history, much of it very, very good, much of it championship.
But it's been a while.
And when you think back to 3-4 years ago, Daniel Snyder, that stadium's falling apart, which it still is. The fan base in tatters, the team in tatters. New ownership comes in, Snyder's out, and I can't help but feel good for those guys.
Yeah, and I, for a weekend, to be honest, didn't have a lot of great, compelling, down-to-the-wire games. Last night gave us that. The doink to go in. Good for them. That was fun.
A walk-off doinkaroo. How often does that happen?
Because, like, again, TV, that's the hardest thing. Even on TV, you're like, ooh, that's kind of leaking to the right.
Uh-huh.
But it still looked like it was going to be good. And then to hear the doink and it goes, I mean, that could go any which way.
Yeah, and it went through.
That's, I mean,
honestly,
heartache for Tampa, but great for Washington.
Go into Tampa and do that, too. I mean, my goodness. Hey, what's cut number 3 in here? Because I only put 2 things in, but there's a third cut.
I just added whatever.
Is it playable?
Yeah.
I don't know what this cut is. 100% should.
You don't have to play it.
Oh, now I'm really.
Chris, should he play it?
Now I'm really thrown.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I just put it in there because.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Jason,
yes.
Should we play it?
I'm intrigued.
We're a showocracy. Yep, absolutely.
I say yes.
All right. Jason says yes. We're going with Jason. Cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Kovacic to O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Gundogan. Gundogan to Grealish. Grealish in the penalty area. In it goes and slid into the net. And it's a hat-trick for James McAtee. He'll never forget the day that he grabbed his first ever match ball for his boyhood club. James McAtee with City's 8th goal and a hat-trick.
Oh, shut up.
We shouldn't have played that.
No, we shouldn't have. And, you know, the real lame thing is, so Manchester City was playing a team that's basically one step up from my son's team. And seriously, Salford. You know what the final score was, Jason?
I don't.
Would you believe it was 5-0?
He just said it in the thing.
Yeah, but we weren't listening.
Yeah.
It was 8-0. They beat him 8-0.
They went for the 2-point conversion?
They did.
Wow.
It was 8-0 in soccer is the equivalent of, like, I don't know, Chris, what would you say? 63-0 in football?
Yeah, I'd say that.
132-70 in basketball.
Woof.
Yeah, woof. Why don't you play the highlight? Why don't you play Joe Taylor's press conference with Huddersfield Town? Big signing, 22-year-old striker.
It wasn't on leading off.
Oh, okay. Well, that was that. All right, we got a big show for you. As I said, we're going to try to divide this up here. So you're going to get a lot of highlights over the next half hour. We'll start in the next segment with the Kings beating Boston. We'll follow that with audio from the Kings and Bulls, so we'll cover both wins here. Normally, we would just cover the Sunday win, but the Boston win,
too good.
It was too good. Kings rewind at 7 a.m. Way too good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we start we do Three for Madness, and then at 7:28, just
a palooza.
Just plant. Mark Jones, Gary Gerald at 7:43, Frankie at 8. Quick break to talk about the Kings at 8:13, Doug Christie at 8:28. And then, by the way, I shouldn't say this, but after that, not that this isn't quality content, but
more Kings.
Yeah, like after 8:28, like how do you follow that? We will.
Yeah.
With even better radio.
The best.
Jason Ross, Christopher Law, Carmichael Dave on a
I'm hungry.
On a 7-game winning streak Monday from the 916. Thanks for the advice, Dave, on the fasting. Going to start right now, and I'm making my 3-year-old do it with me. No, don't do that. We're back right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, Price Lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9998 now.
Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Don't miss the excitement of 49ers game day. Secure your spot at Levi's Stadium for the 2025 season.
20, one block and he's in.
Season tickets are available now. Inventory is limited, so to speak with a representative, call 415-GO-49ers.
Touchdown!
That's 415-GO-49ers.
San Francisco!
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Da 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 da. All right, let's get to it because we had a lot of highlights to get to, Jason Ross. So going into Boston,
can't wait.
It was one of those like. I remember tweeting on, it was after the Miami game. Was that the last one they played before Boston? Yeah, because then they had the long break.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tweeted, I was like, God, could you imagine if they beat Boston? And, and understandably, I'm not capping on anyone, but understandably, everyone was like, dude, come on, one game at a time. They're not beating Boston. I was like, yeah, I know they're not beating. Of course they're not, but maybe, but of course, fully expecting, again, the Boston game was the equivalent to the analogy I always use when I watch Top Gun Maverick. No expectations. I just don't want it to embarrass itself. And then it ends up being a wonderful movie. This was one of those games where the whole time I watched in a state of flinch. And it's funny. I put a little video out after the game, and I noticed my forehead had these two giant wrinkles that weren't there horizontally. And I realized I watched pretty much all 48 minutes of gameplay with like a furrowed brow, like
waiting.
Right. Just preparing. And it started out and they had themselves a little bit of a lead with Monk and Lyles.
Drives under the basketball, stripped out of his hands by Keon Ellis, grabbed by Trey Lyles, leads it out to Monk, goes for the hammer. Oh, what a throwdown that time in full flight. Transition-wise, the Kings come up with a 6-point lead, 21-15.
Devin Carter getting some early minutes, giving him a 10-point lead with his three.
Rosen straight away, keeps the dribble alive with the right hand, leaves his feet, kicks to Carter for three, and the rookie knocks down the triple. Everybody making threes for the Kings, 8 of 17 in this first quarter from distance.
Yeah, they were starting a run in the middle of a run, and then Boston comes back. 10-0 run. Trey Lyles said, I can't go for that. No can do.
White for three in the lead. No good. Chased down by Murray. Races to the front court. Looks to the left. Finds Lyles on the run. Under the basket. Kicks it out to Carter. Carter right back now to Lyles in the right corner. He hits the three ball. So that puts an end to a 10-0 Boston run.
This was the highlight I was looking for, Jason. Second quarter. Boston's feeling it now, and Derek White gets an and one, and this is where I started. Okay, well now we're coming back to earth just a little bit,
Ellis in the left corner by the Kings bench, attacks the baseline, looks for a cutter, ball deflected, chased on the sideline. Brown has it for Boston. He finds White crashing the basket, draws the foul and scores. The Celtics taking control now. They trailed by 10 at 34-24. Now they lead 42-37.
It would be 43-37. That was the inflection point where I went, yeah, okay.
Boston's good. We said it before. They're better than the Kings.
They're better than the Kings.
Yeah.
And Kings come out, play hard, surprise them a little bit. Boston adjusts.
Yeah, reality check.
And I even thought, and zero disrespect to our guest at 828, Doug Christie, I even was like, look, Doug's still getting his feet wet. They're adjusting to Doug. I don't know if Doug is. It's a lot. I feel like it's a lot easier for Boston to adjust to the Kings than it would be for the Kings to counter Boston. But and I'll tell you something too that I don't want to get lost. And I made a mental note to mention this. Jaylen Brown, I think, had 10 points.
Yes.
With like 8 minutes gone in the first.
He did what Aaron Gordon did the beginning of that Denver game. It's like, oh, this is making the Kings look silly.
And you're right. And it wasn't like he was hot from beyond the arc.
No, he bullied them.
He bullied them. And I'm like, oh God, he's going to have 50 or they're going to double him. They have to double him. And now you're just going to
53s.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Tatum and Horford and Porzingis are just going to. Now, Jaylen Brown finished with 28. But honestly, midway through the third, I want to say he had like 14 or 16. Like, they really did a good job at adjusting and taking care of that matchup. And that to me was one of the big factors in the whole game. They found a way to counter and adjust to Jaylen Brown. Because Jaylen, no offense to Keon Ellis, but he was just manhandling Keon Ellis. He was every single play was just down to the block. Anyways, so that happened. We're now in the third quarter, and DeMar DeRozan starts his midi committee.
Drives on Cornette, steps back, try again for two. There's one knockdown, and it ties the score. We're even at 76. DeRozan, 5 for 19, now has 12 points.
Okay.
Crank up the mids.
So Mike Brown to Doug Christie is obviously what everyone's pointing to in this winning streak. You also have Keon Ellis playing more. There's a lot of different factors we can bring up, but one thing that I don't want to say gets lost in the shuffle because people are mentioning it, but I think might need to be more brought into the conversation is Devin Carter also made his debut here. And he has been...
He's had an impact.
He 100%, the pressure on this kid, what he was walking into, and I think he's done. I still don't know what the hell's going on with that shot. It's so weird. Like the way he releases it, the fact that it hits this damn near hits the scoreboard up top every time. I mean, you want to talk about a rainbow? It works. I don't care if he launches it from his butt crack. If it goes in, hey, why not?
He's also such a good rebounder,
dude.
Incredible rebounder.
Okay.
Tough rebounds.
Next time when they play Milwaukee, and hopefully he'll do this again. But if you watch Devin Carter. And just imagine that the ball is metal and his hands are magnets. It really does almost look, obviously he's not Dennis Rodman, but we used to have conversations and still do about Dennis Rodman and how he just had this way of understanding how to get in position based on the flight of the ball to give himself a fighting chance at the rebound. I feel like Devin Carter has that gene. Rodman wasn't 6'10". He wasn't 250. Rodman knew where to be off the carom. He knew where the ball was going. He just had this thing you can't teach. And it seems like Devin Carter has that same gene. Not only that, he was a part of really the Kings taking control of this game with not one, but two consecutive scores.
DeRozan throws to Carter on the left angle. Going to launch a rainbow three. The rookie splashes down the triple, and Sacramento is back on top.
I said not one, but two consecutive threes.
Speaking of free throws, Boston now 12 of 14. Sacramento 6 of 7. Carter drives, feeling it. Inside, and he takes it right to the rim and scores it.
And just to be clear, when I said two consecutive threes, I meant a three, and then
bucket.
Drove to that. Domantas Sabonis I think he just got another rebound, a record.
Yes,
what did they say the last time somebody had that many rebounds in Boston was Kareem, I think is what the number was. He had 28 flipping rebounds. Also, this one for my guy, Russ. Good thing we didn't trade Keegan, right? I mean, just
Debo leaves his feet to throw a pass to Keegan Murray. Hands it off now to Monk. Monk drives right, feeds the pass back out to Keegan. Feet set, free on the way. He's got the triple. Timeout taken by Boston. Sacramento now has a 14-point lead. And suddenly the three-point shots they couldn't make in the second and third quarters are falling in the fourth.
Keegan shooting 45% from three on this little streak. Last one, because we got a break here. Here's the dagger. Well, there was already a dagger, but DeMar DeRozan says, "Good night, Boston."
There's a drive and a kick by Trey Lyles out to Debo for three. Ring it up. As much as he struggled early, DeRozan has come to life at a critical point down the stretch. He now has 24.
So good.
And as we go to break, let me just say this. I hate Boston fans so much. Just screw you right in the ear hole. They're the defending champions. They're 28-10, 27-10 at the time of the game. You're booing. Mm-hmm. They literally are the defending champions, and you're booing them for a scud loss to a team that had won 5 in a row.
Well, it's been 6 months. I mean,
right. Oh, yeah. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Says the city that has like 11 championships in the last 10 years. Get out of here. I'd love to see them go through real struggle. Suck it, Boston. We'll take a break. When we come back. All right. Kings beat the Bulls yesterday in a midday matinee. We've got highlights for you next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Well, do you know what to do if you need representation? Don't be in that spot where something happens and you just don't know where to go, who to call, who to seek help from. Well, I can tell you right now, be prepared for those situations and think about someone here locally, someone with experience, someone that can help, and someone that can answer all your questions. That's attorney Jonathan Gonzalez and his team here in Sacramento, right in downtown, a local guy just like one of us right here in our community. You can go to saclegaldefense.com. 916-304-9187 is the number, whether it's criminal defense, expungement, sexual harassment, auto accidents, wrongful termination cases. You don't know when you'll need that representation, but make sure you have someone that has the knowledge, the experience, and the success rate of someone that could go to trial if you need be, but really answer the questions that you may have in these trying times that you may be going through. Again, saclegaldefense.com. The law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. The number is 916-304-9187.
There's no better time than the beginning of a new year to get ready to make good on all of those promises you've made to yourself about getting fit. And there's no better place than In Shape Fitness to get the ball rolling or bouncing. So grab some friends for a game of pickup basketball on our courts, or stretch your limits in a yoga or Pilates class. In Shape personal trainers are standing by, just waiting for the opportunity to help you create a happy new you. We are In Shape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Kyle Draper. Equip your staff with top-notch uniforms, professionally cleaned and delivered weekly to your workplace by Alsco Uniforms, proud sponsors of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. Our services include uniforms, towels, floor mats, mops, first aid supplies, and restroom essentials to uphold cleanliness and safety standards in your business. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Visit alsco.com to learn more. Again, visit alsco.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
I got to say to you, Jason, publicly, I did finish the Yacht Rock.
Oh, good.
Nice. Documentary. And
it's well done, isn't it?
It's just so well done.
Yeah.
It's so...
I just learned a lot in that, too. Just the music tie-ins to who...
I had no idea that
all those great session recorders.
Steely Dan is basically the Adam and Eve of Yacht Rock.
Yeah, a lot of Toto, though.
A lot of Toto.
Influence.
And then Toto into Michael Jackson's Thriller. And then is Fleetwood Mac Yacht Rock or not? And
Kenny Loggins. Michael McDonald.
Christopher. Yeah, like Michael McDonald, I feel like, is the godfather of Yacht
Rock. The thread for it all.
And I found myself, I had a little bit of a drive over the weekend, so I'm like, on the This Is Michael McDonald playlist on Spotify.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
100%, dude.
He also just came off to me as really likable.
100
humble
1,000%. And I didn't know that he and Kenny Loggins did like a song with. Do you know who Thundercat is? That guy?
No, but that guy was a huge fan of them.
Huge fan. I loved every part of that interview. Well done by Bill Simmons's production company. And especially if you're of a certain age, it's on Max.
Well, I just marvel at all those guys too, because to me they're all superheroes. But then when some of them talk about other people with that reverence, like, they're doing stuff nobody can do. I'm like, wait, aren't you doing stuff nobody can do? And
that's right.
But they just elevate other people. I'm like, you're already. It's just amazing.
And that's the thing. I know they're popping up all over the place, but this summer I hope at Swabbies or some of the other local haunts, Strikes. I'm going to actually start actively looking for Yacht Rock cover bands that do it really well.
Yeah.
Because you can't really have a tour with like all those bands, because a lot of them are like one hit, two hit, like England Dan and the whatevers. But if you can find a good band that can cover most, if not all of those big hits,
pretty fun.
What a night.
Yes.
Put on your little captain's hat. Let's go. Pour yourself a glass of Cuddy Sark, whatever that is. I think it's Scotch.
Sure.
Good job.
Thank you.
And live it up.
Thank you. Speaking of living it up, the Sacramento Kings lived it up in Chicago. Back and forth. Sabonis from Malik Monk. I mean, it's King in Arabic.
Fox has it. Long lead pass ahead to Monk. Bounce pass to Sabonis. Right to the hammer. He throws it down with a left-hand rip. What a transition push by the Kings. Back to a 1-point ball game at 11-10.
I mean, unlike the Boston game, this was just really. I think there was like 97. Actually, do you have an? There were a bunch of lead changes.
Oh yeah,
28 lead changes.
Yeah, nobody had a double-digit lead.
No,
it just lived in that margins.
Yeah, the win probability looked like almost a straight line. Keegan Murray, who Russell wanted to trade, beat the buzzer in the first quarter.
Alive against Phillips. Now creeps forward, 2-point range, spins to his left, leaves his feet, and dumps it out to Lyles. In attack mode, up and under, kick out pass. Keegan to beat the buzzer, knocks down the first 3-pointer of the afternoon for Sacramento.
Welcome back, De'Aaron Fox. Getting the feed from Devin
Throws
Carter.
it head up into the lane, leaves his feet, dumps to Lyles, cross under the basket, swings to Carter, out to Fox, uncovered for three. He scores the triple. What a terrific sequence for the Sacramento Kings.
Very good sequence. You know what? Just for funsies, I think we should just do Keegan highlights.
Okay.
Here's Keegan Murray with a 3 to give the Kings a 3-point lead.
Right wing feed goes to Malik Monk. Shakes, goes to the baseline, and on Levine. A little pop-up is an air ball. Sabonis battling to get it. Steers it over to Monk. Swings it out to Herter. 4 on the clock. To Keegan straight away. 3 ball is good. Keegan Murray, but they were down to the last 2 seconds on the possession. Keegan has 8.
I mean, we're playing a lot of Keegan Murray threes. Does he have any game inside whatsoever? Let's find out.
And the Kings head up the floor with 1:45 to go. Long lead pass on the run. Keegan Murray splashing to the rim for the 2-hand flush on a brilliant midcourt pass from De'Aaron Fox. Keegan now goes into double figures. All 5 Kings starters have scored in double digits.
I mean, we played a Keegan Murray dunk, but can he shoot the 3? Let's find out.
40 seconds to go in the quarter. Fox on the left wing, crosses to his right, gets in the paint, pivots, pirouettes, feeds it out. Here's Keegan from a corner 3. He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead at 94-93 on a 3-pointer from Keegan Murray, who now has 14 points.
Now, I was told, Jason, that the Kings were winning because De'Aaron Fox was out.
Oh, okay. You were told that?
I was told that by the people, some of them.
Yeah.
And here's De'Aaron in the fourth quarter doing De'Aaron things.
And Fox goes to work for the Kings. He'll try to answer back, and he does with a sky-high rainbow. De'Aaron Fox, 103-102. Bulls lead it by 1.
Okay, so the Bulls have the lead by 1. We're in the fourth quarter. That was a De'Aaron Fox runner. Very next highlight, DeMar DeRozan from beyond the arc.
And Monk goes to work, 4 seconds to create. Now tries to feed a pass to the left wing. Debo for 3, rattles it home. DeRozan from downtown. Kings on top, 109-108.
So you have a De'Aaron Fox runner. You have a DeMar DeRozan 3. Zach LaVine hits a 3 to give Chicago a 2-point lead. We went Fox, DeRozan. How about Keon Ellis? He can hit a 3 too.
To the baseline, 2 defenders there, tries to split him, ball knocked away, grabbed by Sabonis, feeds it out to Ellis, steps into the 3, he's got the triple. Oh, that was sweet, that was nasty. Doug Christie's body reaction, watching those shots fall, is something special. The Kings on top by 1 at 114-113, still have 5.5 minutes to go in regulation.
What I think is important about that, Jason, and why I wanted to play that sequence of highlights is it's so cool. Oh, you're going to focus on Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool. Here's DeRozan for a 3. Oh, you're going to focus on Fox and DeRozan? Oh, okay, that's cool. Keon Ellis for a 3. The options the Kings have in games like that, I think, are a huge part in why they were able to win a game like that when you've got a pesky, spunky opponent at home. This is a game I am convinced they lose 2 weeks ago. But everybody's playing fast and loose and fun, and that's the result.
Yeah, and I think right now when you've got everything kind of clicking, yesterday was the first game they had their entire roster.
Oh, wow.
The first time.
Wow.
I mean, that means mainly it's Carter, right? But, in this win streak, remember, Fox missed some, Keegan missed some.
Yeah.
So yesterday was the first time, and you can see how there's a little bit of a challenge distributing the minutes. But isn't it funny when you win 7 in a row, do they seem like they don't have a depth problem? Do they seem like they're small? Do they like all the things which are fair questions? They're all still there, but it's just different when you win. It masks everything.
And we will discuss later, of course, the whole, okay, they've still got to do some things, but everything's great. Every single idea is awesome when you're winning. It doesn't, if they introduced Royale yesterday, everyone would be like, oh my God,
love it.
That's so great. De'Aaron Fox gives the Kings a 3-point lead by hitting a quick 2-pointer. Gets an alley-oop from Malik Monk to extend that to a 118-115. And then one of my favorite plays of the year, it's 122-119 Sacramento. It is a key moment. Chicago looking to inbound the ball.
Got a 2-man stack here of Levine and Vucevic at the right elbow. Patrick Williams and Lonzo Ball on the other side. They all break in different directions. And a 5-second violation has been called, and the Kings will get the ball back.
You could hear, if you're wondering who's yelling in the background, that's Doug Christie and the Kings bench.
And
right?
Steve Perry.
And Steve Perry and Journey. A great song, by the way. I'm trying to get it in. They were so over the moon, and we're going to ask Doug about that later, because those, to me, I think are his. Dunks are great. Alley-oops are great. 3-pointers are great. I think 5-second violations, charges, 24-second violations, like the scrapometer, those are all part of the scrapometer, and that's how you scrap out a win.
They're winning plays, right? I mean, that's in crunch time. You don't even give the team a shot attempt.
Yeah.
And then they have to foul Sabonis. That's when you extend the lead to 5. That's their largest lead of the game, was right there in the very end.
As we go to break, why do they call it crunch time? Like,
why?
What's crunching? Is it the pressure crunches you? I'm just honestly wondering how somebody came up with crunch time. I've never asked that question.
It's just been allowed and accepted, huh?
I think we'll get an answer from Chris Roulette at some point. Yeah. I know he lives for these quests.
Yeah.
It's like a video game quest for him. Crunch time. I mean, why isn't it pressure time or tight time or the sphincter time or what? Probably sphincter time doesn't work, but you get my point. We'll take a break when we come back. Is it a double dose?
It is.
Of Kings Rewind?
Yeah.
Wow. Kings Rewind as the first hour flies by. If you're just joining us, Mark Jones at 7:28, Gary Gerald at 7:43, Frankie Cartoscelli at 8, Doug Christie at 8:28. Glad you're with us on the home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel all right.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Monday, getting out the door to a cool start. Some patchy frost possible across the valley floor. For the afternoon, expect plenty of sunshine, occasional north winds, and temperatures today in the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Happy New Year! Coach Christie here, letting you know it's never been easier to drive into the new year in a new Kia. Take advantage of special low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit right now at Folsom Lake Kia.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find: happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Just a quick message to anyone who uses Twitter. First off, shame on you. Secondly, I made a comment, hey, can somebody Photoshop me a Kings logoed neck brace for all the whiplash we're getting? Okay, don't ever, ever, ever do that. I'm not even joking. My DMs are open around the holidays. They always are, and I really need to close them. But the amount of direct messages I've gotten. Hey, saw you need a graphic designer. Do you have time to chat? Like, I don't know why, but there's all these little bots out there that are just looking for you to, I don't even know what the hell the scam is. There's some sort of scam going on. Don't do it. Don't ask for anything don't ask for anything on social media. Just period, end of statement. Got that, Jason?
Got it.
Okay. 1-800.
Thanks for the heads up.
920-1140. There it is already in the chat. Hey, Dave, need a graphic designer?
Actually, one of those was me.
Was one of them you? Yeah. Oh,
just
but
it's $9.99.
It's your burner.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing on the fast? Fast update. Everyone doing okay?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Glad you left the room.
We need. Oh, you guys are high. You guys are like Private Pile and Full Metal Jacket, aren't? Someone's gonna have a jelly donut in his Foot Locker.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're all gonna have to do push-ups while you eat it.
Just in my pocket.
Just in my pocket. All right, we got a double dose here. I'll get out of the way for the talent on the show. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, and another episode, a twofer of Kings Rewind. La, 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 la.
Hey! Well, the vibes in Sacramento, well, they're really good for the Kings heading into this 3-game road trip.
There's a universal language that bonds the universe together. The closest word we have to describe it is love.
They had won 5 in a row, including a thrilling 17-point double overtime comeback against Miami that launched them into some much-needed time off.
Giving you permission to take a vacation from. Not a vacation from your work and not a vacation from your daily life, but a vacation from my problems.
Rested and ready for a visit to Boston against the defending champs.
You are in Beantown now, baby! Beantown! Beantown!
The team worked out early in the day, and it looked like De'Aaron Fox would be available for the Kings.
What does the fox say?
Oh, it didn't get you this time. As the day rolled along, the glute and the hip weren't cooperating, and so for the third straight game, the Kings would be without their leading scorer.
My butt hurts all the time.
As for Boston, they had their crew, a clean sheet, everyone available, and they had an impressive 9-2 record when they started Porzingis, Tatum, Brown, White, and Holiday.
Is it baseball season?
You have one of the best three-point shooting teams in Boston going against a team that has been prone to give up a lot of triples in the Kings.
I don't like that at all.
Oh, Michael.
The game started, and it was the Kings that were throwing a Boston 3 party.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
I'm not looking forward, by the way, to 3 in the key. I mean, honest to God, we might have the call of the segment.
That's a good tease right there.
That's a really good tease.
Sacramento led 34-27 after one quarter with 8 made threes, and Sabonis already was cleaning the glass with 8 boards. The Kings hit a lull in quarter number 2, and Boston went right past them. At the half, the champs led 55-53.
Oh,
The third quarter provided some back and forth, and with just 12 minutes to go, we had a tie at 76 in Boston.
A hope, a chance.
Now we get to the fourth, and the Kings interim coach called on the Kings rookie Devin Carter, and he sparked the team with a couple of threes and a tough 2 in the paint.
Mr. Carter.
Keegan Murray started to knock down critical shots at the most important time of the game.
The magic of endorphins.
Yep.
I'm in a state of total euphoria.
Do you know there's a new Naked Gun coming out with Liam Neeson as
Yes.
Frank Drebin's kid?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that. Yeah. All right, back to you. Just learned it over the weekend.
The king of the midi committee, DeMar DeRozan, put in bucket after bucket.
Bucket!
Crank up the mids.
The Kings defense locked up the champs to 42 second-half points.
Locked them in. Hey, real quick. Hey, I don't want to ruin anything. I'm sorry, but I was wondering this over the weekend. I think I know what my favorite clip is. What is the thing that leads us into when he plays hungry, me so hungry? Pizza.
It's usually missing twice to get a slice. Something about pizza.
That's what it is. Okay. I feel like that's an important clip for the next 3 days.
Okay.
Because we're going to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where are we? Oh, the end of defense is rebounding. And Domantas Sabonis had his best game ever on the glass, ending with a career-high 28 rebounds, which set a Sacramento-era record for most boards in a game.
Board man gets paid.
That's right.
The Kings get a rare win in Boston.
Face facts, my friend. You're just no longer that good. Will Hunting? Now, how do you like them apples?
The Celtics crowd first hit the home team with some booze.
I don't like the sound of them apples, Will.
Not like beer and liquor.
No,
okay, I got you, because that would have been weird.
Then the Kings contingent started the Light the Beam chants.
So Sacramento, do Cool Hand a favor and light the beam.
Sacramento gets back to 500 and wins for the 6th straight time.
We're not that bad.
Up next, a trip to the Windy City to face doubles.
Chicago. Chicago, Illinois.
Sunday started with good news as word spread that De'Aaron Fox was going to be cleared to play for the first time since his nasty fall against Memphis.
What does the fox say?
The Kings, for the first time this season, had their full roster, and they were ready to unveil that to the rest of the NBA.
Abracadabra.
The matchup also marked a return to Chicago for former Bull DeMar DeRozan.
I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither.
Good point.
DeRozan got a tribute video and well-deserved love from the home fans.
I propose a toast to the losers.
The key to success for the Kings was going to be, could they slow down Zach LaVine?
I hope so.
Okay.
Well, the answer to that was a resounding no.
Well, you didn't have to say it like that.
Yeah.
LaVine went off for 36 points as he continues his tear as of late.
Oh, good for you.
The Bulls also started Lonzo Ball for the first time since January of 2022.
It's been 84 years.
This game was played so tightly throughout, neither team established a double-digit lead as they exchanged ties and lead changes all game long.
Hanging around. Kid's got alligator blood. Can't get rid of him.
Don't splash the pot.
With the game in the balance going into the fourth quarter, the Kings led by just 2 points.
Things
go your way if you hold on. So what?
Such a banger.
Such a banger, dude.
At crunch time, it was time for DeMar DeRozan and Fox to take over.
I got a message for all of them. Right? Shake and bake.
What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
Those two scored 9 points each, and finally the Kings started to slow down the Bulls' offense.
I said easy, big fella.
In a one-possession game late, the Kings' defense forced Chicago to take too much time to inbound the ball, and a critical 5-second count damaged the Bulls' chances to win.
Where did you learn to count?
The toilet store.
Yes.
Right?
Sabonis hit 2 free throws, and the Kings own their largest lead of the night, 5 points.
By the way, a lot of football teams, like Baltimore, do the Domantas Sabonis chant. What is going on?
They love the Kings.
It's catching on everywhere.
Yes. They would end up winning by that margin, and so far a 2-0 road trip, but more importantly, a 7th consecutive win.
Never lost.
The Kings are now in 9th, and they have the same amount of wins as the Lakers, Clippers, and Timberwolves with 20.
I'm better than you. And you know it.
That is 7 straight beams. They go for 8 Tuesday in Milwaukee.
I think one of the most interesting aspects of Milwaukee is the fact that it's the only major American city to have ever elected 3 socialist mayors.
Does this guy know how to party or what?
Huh? Huh?
Huh? And now you know what happened in the 2 games over the weekend.
And now you know what happened. Well done, boys.
We got Wilson Phillips in there.
We did.
Or Chris did.
Honestly, I think Holiday and also Hold On by Wilson Phillips are the show's favorite songs to dance to.
And what does the
fuck say? You know what? You know how they do those, like, now that's what I call whatever. We should do like a yearly show album. We should do a show Spotify playlist of like all our rejoiners and all those songs that we love and some yacht rock.
Yes. Who says no?
Who says no to that? My goodness gracious.
Rewind. It is now a fact. Rewind is more fun when they win.
You know, it really is. Yeah. It really, really is more fun when they win. It's better than losing, winning.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a breath. We're going to take like a 30-second break here. Jason's going to give us a little bit of an update on. By the way, speaking of Jason, you deserve your flowers. You had the tweet of the weekend. With the beam and another beam and another beam
after beam.
Beam after beam after beam. Yeah, I didn't even get it right when I said it, but yeah, that was a fantastic.
Like that one?
That was very well done.
Thanks.
That was very, very well done.
It came from here.
It came from top of my head, y'all.
It's okay.
We'll take wow.
This is tough.
When we come back, 3
But
for
if
men.
anybody has a graphic designer.
Yes, Jason Ross needs a graphic designer.
Yeah. My DMs are closed, but find a way to get there.
A semi-tongue-in-cheek 3 for Madness, all Kings related, coming up right after this.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Hey, it's a new year, so how about a new you? Or how about a new look for your home? Let's celebrate 2025 with savings from Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Come on in now and get $25 off your garage door service and repair, including a spring replacement. Get that freshen up your home needs with the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. They are right here in Sacramento off Franklin Boulevard and have been serving our area for over 70 years with a family-owned and operated company, and you will see the difference in their experience, their trained professionals, and just overall friendly approach. And maybe you want more than repairs. Maybe you're looking for a brand new garage door just like us. Well, of course, they can take care of that as well. So stop by their showroom to see what fits your style best. And if you're looking for a home refresh or something for your business, the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento is here to help. So check out their website at ohdsac.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door, the genuine, the original Overhead Door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
We'll keep reminding you because we know there's folks coming in and out all day. Mark Jones, voice of the Kings TV, 728. Gary Gerald, radio voice of the Kings, 743. Frankie Cartoscelli.
Your booty out there, brother.
Or Frankie, still waiting on a baby, unfortunately, in a sandwich here. It's like Mark Jones, Gary Gerald, Frankie, who we love.
Bring the boom. That's what we do.
And then at 8:28, in his first I think his first real interviews, the press scrums since he took over. Doug Christie will join us from the road. I think they head over to Milwaukee sometime around 9 a.m. So just before they get on the bus there. So we're very happy to bring all that to you in the middle of a Sacramento Kings 7-game winning streak. Woo! It is a winning streak edition of 3 for Madness starts right now. Question 1.
The Kings have won 7 straight games. Is this really happening?
Well, stupid question. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've seen it.
It is just whiplash. And you'll notice the theme to the 3 for questions today are kind of tongue in cheek. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like an out of body experience watching the whole thing. Like and Jason, what really gets me stepping back and looking at it is they've won in like 7 different ways, it seems. You've got your double overtime thriller. You have your blowout. You have your pesky road back and forth 28 lead changes. You have a throttling on the road against the defending champions. You've got all these different ways, the gritty Memphis game, all these different ways they've found to win. It's not just the same formula over and over again.
I think what's so crazy about it too, obviously the heater part of this is the end result. They're winning these games. But to your point, they've done it so many different ways, defensively, offensively, close games, beautiful games, games that would have beaten everybody. Other games, like, man, how did they win that one? And I think what's funny is the way it started, I think, is forgotten. They had lost 6 in a row. They're at home playing Dallas without anybody.
Right.
And they're losing by 18. I mean, at that point, polling probably every Kings fan in the building, watching on TV, listening on the radio, fold the franchise type of stuff. It was like they're a mess.
Move them.
And that's the same group that got out of that mess and then is on the middle, that started this 7-game win streak. It's just crazy.
Dallas finished the first quarter up 37-23 on Sacramento. Then Sacramento actually outscored Dallas from there 33-23, 27-17, 27-23. To get the 10-point victory. And you're absolutely right, Jason, coming off of the Dallas game and then all the craziness, all the craziness going into the Lakers game, which I still don't think we should count when it comes to Doug's record. And this was Golden One Center deep into the first quarter, as you spoke of.
Can they stop Washington? He's straight away 21-footer. Same result. He is just on fire right now. 17-point first quarter for Washington.
By the way, was that cowbell in the background?
Like one isolated one?
Like one
and I remember after that show going, if there's ever been a game where it was boo-worthy, everybody there was just stunned. Like people weren't even booing.
You're right.
Like, what's happening?
Because the only thing worse than booing or anger is apathy.
It's where it was.
Let's see if here's a turnover to a PJ. By the way, PJ, can we acquire him, please? PJ Washington 3. Let's see if there's booze here.
I don't think so.
Ian Ellis with a bad entry pass intended for Sabonis, perfectly anticipated and stolen by Dwight Powell. And that's the 4th turnover. And about 3 of them have come here in bang-bang fashion against Sacramento. Corner 3 on the way, score 3 more. PJ Washington, 24-15. And the Kings find themselves in an all too familiar situation. Sabonis driving, ball stripped out of his hands, goes out of bounds, apparently touched by Sabonis, and that's 4 consecutive turnovers.
Yeah. Vitriol. By the way, we got to move on here. Just want to play one highlight from the third, if that's okay. Just so we have a good taste in our mouth here.
Here's Fox from Ellis. Fox drives inside. He goes to the glass. He scores low post, and the Kings, for just the 3rd time in this ballgame, have taken the lead. It's a 10-0 Sacramento run. They're on top, 76-75.
Engaged.
A little bit of difference there.
Yeah.
Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Will the Kings ever lose again?
Come on, man. Silly question. Of course they will. I think the better question is, will they lose this year? And that's more of a question.
Right.
Look, if Milwaukee's going to be tough, and then you come home to Houston, but then you got Washington, worst team in the league, Golden State, and then you go on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, that next road trip. Who they play too?
I think they probably will lose again, Jason. I don't know when, and if they keep playing like that. I'll tell you this much. If that fourth quarter buzzer sounds and they keep outscoring their opponent by the end of the fourth, it's going to be tough for them to lose.
It will be. If they can win tomorrow, obviously it'd be 3 in a row on the road trip, 8 in a row overall. Going into really win or lose, but if they did win tomorrow, Thursday is the national TV game. That'd be a lot of feel good for this community and for the team to have 8 in a row on national TV hosting Houston. That'd be fun. But even if they lost to Milwaukee, there's still a good buzz right now about this team.
Saturday, November 13th, the Sacramento Kings went on the road to play Phoenix. They were 1-4. They had just come off of a 108-78 drubbing. I mean, that's a 30-point drubbing in Seattle. They beat Phoenix in Phoenix and wouldn't lose again until Sunday, November 28th at home against Minnesota. After that, they went on to win 6 in a row, lose, 2 in a row, lose, 3 in a row. That was the last time, Jason, the Sacramento Kings had an 8-game winning streak in 2004, November 13th. Again, they were 1-4. They won 8 in a row, lost at home to Minnesota, and then peeled off 6 in a row and 8 of their next 9 after the 8-game winning streak, which would mean 16 of 17, which is pretty. They went from 1-4 to 13-5. I don't think my math was right there.
That's 8 of 9.
That's 8 of 9. That's what I meant.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Well, hold on a second. If they were 1-4, they won 8.
And so it should have been 9-4.
And then they lost. Yeah. And then they won 6 more. So that's 14. So they won
13-5.
Yeah. They won 13-14. Is that right? Because they won 8 in a row.
15.
14-15. We got it. 14-15. That's morning show math. Question number 3.
Question 3.
We're fascinating. My brain's not working. Come on.
Who is the better coach, Doug Christie or Phil Jackson?
Really, honestly, good question. Yeah. I'll tell you this much at this point. And by the way, I'm a numbers guy. I'm an analytics guy. Who's got the better winning percentage?
Doug.
Doug Christie does.
Yeah.
Doug Christie does. He is 7-1 as a head coach.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, Phil Jackson's got some rings, I guess, if you want to use that. But I feel like it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, can we slow down on the whole, make Doug the permanent coach? Just let it. I'm not saying I don't agree with the state. I'm just saying, let's
keep this thing going.
Let's let it just let it do its thing.
Doug is gaining ground every day. Yeah. On this Mr. Jackson guy.
So, hey, in all seriousness, Doug took over the team. Let me get from 2004, 2005 up to the current here. So Doug took over the team.
His first game was 16 days ago.
It really does seem like a lifetime ago. Doug took over the team. They were 13-19. They're 20-19 now. Now look, newsflash, they're probably not going to win 7 out of their every next 8. You know what I'm saying? That would be a pretty golly darn good win percentage. But he took over December 12th. He took over, his first game was December 28th. So you're basically about 3 months into the season. Am I right there? November, 2.5 months into the season. Is it too late? I know this is silly. I'm just saying, I know he's eligible for coach of the year, but would he basically have to win 80% to have that late of a start and then be able to catch people?
If you're really dreaming about it, I wonder, what would he have to do because of what OKC and really more maybe Cleveland is doing?
Yeah.
What would Doug have to do, to get them to a 3 seed or something like that? I mean, something just absurd, probably.
Can I just say though, for the record, the Pacers just lost at home to the Cavaliers just lost at home to the Pacers, and we lost at home to the Pacers too.
Yeah.
So, what about interim coach of the year? I'll bet you, honestly, if you said this during, I want to say it was either right after Mike got fired or the next game, but I remember you saying something about like the record of coaches that take over.
Oh, it's been terrible.
Is atrocious.
Yeah.
Like I'll bet you, because look, and obviously if a coach gets fired, odds are the team sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So of course but I'll bet you like the overall winning percentage, if you took every interim coach over the last 25 years and you just took their record from whenever they took over to the end of the year, I'll bet you that winning percentage is somewhere between 300 and 400. Like it's in that range.
Yeah, I was trying to remember going back to that. Like one of the interims that had success was Nate McMillan when he took over Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he got him back to 500. But the beauty of that season for him was they actually made the conference finals.
Right.
So it was more about the end result than, I mean, his record was fine, but I'm enjoying every second of this right now with Doug.
The only other one that pops into my head, I'm pretty sure George Karl had at least 1 or 2 stints when he took over where he actually did pretty well.
Yeah, maybe
that
at
year.
Denver the one year. I think it really did something
Yeah,
special.
I remember when we hired him. I remember that being an inflection point.
Yeah.
We were saying was, look at what he's done when he's taken over teams midseason. Well, that didn't work out.
Nope.
Doug Christie, better coach than George Karl. You heard it here
Just keep
first.
stacking up.
Jason Ross. We'll take a break. When we come back, how about Mark Jones?
Let's do it.
Would you like to talk to Mark Jones?
I would.
We'll take a break. We'll come right back with Mark Jones, who, by the way, I know we're late for a break. I have to compliment him on the call because you could absolutely, through the television, feel his energy. It was infectious. It was infectious. Oh, speaking of, what perfect timing. American Energy has been around since 1981. That puts them on like a 44-year winning streak. Okay, Kings have won 7 in a row. American Energy has won 44 in a row with phenomenal customer service, taking care of y'all in the greater Sacramento area, and also offering great deals like a $49 tune-up and inspection on your furnace. By the way, if that furnace is over 10 years old, it's free. They'll come out and they'll do it for free. They'll let you know everything is great, or maybe you gotta work on this. And if you do need repairs, you get $50 off your first repair. And for some reason you need a new furnace, it's half off, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious. Been around since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. Give them a call, 916-520-9990. You see those commercials during the games. 916-520-9990. Yeah! Or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Mark Jones, the amazing, unbelievable, altruistic, phlegmagongoly Mark Jones. I'm making up words now. We love him. He joins us next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
My mother faced the same challenges that I had growing up. She was smoking, so I started smoking too. My mom got sick. Seeing her on a breathing machine, I had to open my eyes. Do I want to be another product of my environment or help change the world?
Keenan ended the cycle of nicotine addiction in his family. You can too. For free support, text KICK Nicotine to 66819 today.
Presenting Again Fling's love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Easy there. There's a better way to NBA with the NBA app.
Wait, really?
Follow your favorite teams and the league's brightest stars. Be on the ball with real-time stats and scores.
Yeah?
And go behind all the drama with new docs and shows. Catch every swish, dunk, and bucket. All of this, all in one place, all for free.
Thank you.
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
My good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an amazing New Year oil change special going on right now for the month of January. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for a full synthetic motor oil change with a $33 off online coupon from JiffyLube.com today. Offer valid for up to 5 quarts of premium motor oil, specialty vehicles, and diesel extra. Happy New Year from Jiffy Lube.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Just realized we're doing this fast thing as we wait for Mark Jones to join us, and we all have our water bottles. I just realized this is going to be incredibly annoying to me because I'm not allowed to suck through a straw for like 2 weeks because I got those teeth pulled, and you're not supposed to do that. So I have to like take the top off. Not my
every
top,
time.
the water bottle top. Exactly. He's good to go. All right, joining us from the road. I don't know what Mark Jones is. I honestly want to ask him this off the air sometime. I don't know what his frequent flyer points look like.
Oh my gosh.
I hope that he gets to keep them though, and it's not like he has to use the company card and they get all the points. Dude,
he should have his own jet.
Honest to God, it should be. It should be the Jones flyer. It's just all over the place. But it's like on the side of it is like some crazy vocabulary word we don't know, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Joining us right now, he's nice enough to take time out of his incredibly busy schedule. The one, the only Mark Jones. Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Guys, good. So, Dave, to answer your question, I'm lucky enough to have concierge key on American, Diamond on Delta, but that's where it stops. I load up on those two. But I take the King's Charter over all of those. Trust me. Trust me. Commercial travel, as you guys well know, can be very perilous and harrowing at times, man. It's 50-50. But hey, you know what? First world problems. Life is good.
And before we get into the nuts and bolts of this winning streak and all that, I do want to compliment you on the air. There's oftentimes I will say with love that you have no off season. Because we'll be watching a game and you'll say something like I was in Australia running a marathon with Devin Carter's uncle, and he talked to me about Devin's eating habits. And I know you're telling the truth. I know you're not gilding the lily there, but I swear to God, man, you work the club better than anyone I think in the history of broadcasting.
Man, I just love being in and around the players and their families, you know, wives, girlfriends, moms, dads, to be able to tell their stories. It's like stealing, man. I love my job. I really do. You know, and we're fortunate. I'm fortunate to be around some really great people, honestly.
Well, Mark, you're watching this team right now in the middle of something pretty special. We all felt there was more talent while they were losing some of those games in some tough fashions. What are you seeing as maybe the single biggest contributor to this turnaround of 7 straight wins?
There's a lot of layers to it. But I think, you know, overall, whether it be offensively or defensively, this sounds so trite, but I think Doug has been able to, you know, just tell the guys, go and play basketball. And it's showing up at both ends of the floor. You know, he's talked about simplifying things. The players kind of spit it out, almost cliche-ish now, simplifying things. But what does that look like at the offensive end? It means, you know, instead of play calls, it's coming down and playing in transition, early offense, attacking gaps, try and get a quick shot up within the first, you know, 6 to 8 seconds of the shot clock. And if not, then you throw it to Domas and you run some delay action out top with him running DHOs with Monk or with Fox, and you get into some of your secondary actions. And if you notice, the pace has really picked up both in the half court and in the full court. And then defensively, man, when you look at being able to mix things up a little bit more, I think defensively, that's part of it. Anytime you hold the Boston Celtics to 97 points, you're doing something right. And I don't care how they're playing now, what their three-point percentages of late. That game was really the litmus test for me that defensively, when the time came for the team to dig their heels in and get stops, they did it. Everybody talks about the 5-second violation, but the fact that Doug says, hey, guys, just switch everything and deny the inbound pass as best you can, and you end up getting a 5-second violation out of that effort defensively, it speaks to why this team has turned things around the way they have.
Mark Jones, voice of the Kings, joining us. Don't forget Gary Gerald at 7:43, Doug Christie at 8:28. When Mark, we live in a world, as you know better than all of us in the media, that we live in a world where everything's a hot take and it has to be either or. It's always very binary. And I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think we can all agree Mike Brown's a wonderful coach and a wonderful human being. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Mike was let go December 27th. You had the chaos of the road Laker game, which I almost don't even want to count. And then they've spun this streak out. So I don't think it's a matter of, well, Doug is this and Mike wasn't, and Mike was this and Doug isn't. But there obviously something was not working, no matter whose fault it was, that is working now.
Yeah. And, Dave, it could have been just something of a minor tweak, because I'm with you. I think I see this whole streak right now with not discounting the great work that Doug has done in such a short period of time, as a little bit of a continuation of the foundation that Mike Brown set down in Sacramento, because, I don't think that you can overstate how quickly he turned the culture around. Nobody will ever be able to erase the 48 wins in the first year, the 46 wins in the second year, despite the fact we were missing Herter and Monk down the stretch. This year, though, with, DeMar being added to the mix, it was a little bit of a new equation that Mike was playing with, and it never quite popped because of various reasons until now. And it's popping with Doug at the helm. So I don't think that you kind of I don't think that you can delineate it's like you said, because of Doug or because of Mike or anything that one of them is particularly doing, although there have been some good tweaks that Doug's made, and it's really worked. Who's to say that this might not have happened under Mike Brown? But, we can't play in hypotheticals, and it's happened under Doug, and he's done a great job, man. I mean, I really enjoyed the way that he's literally loving on the players and, embracing them in a literal sense many times too. And he's inspired them to clear out some of the clutter, and it's really seen this team pop, man. It's wild.
Yeah, Mark, yesterday was the first game that Doug and really, or Mike would have too, but Doug had the full roster, and that means that the rookie Devin Carter's now available, obviously, and Keegan had missed some games, De'Aaron had missed some games, but he had all of them, and with a team that is pretty strong around the perimeter, I thought they did a good job of separating those minutes with all those perimeter players of Herter and Ellis and Carter, Fox, Monk, kind of choose your guys. How do you think as we go forward, they'll continue to kind of maximize that and get the best of all those guys, even if it's in 10-minute stretches to 35 minutes played? Yeah,
that's the task for Doug right now, because he'll be looking at the rotations and trying to figure out whose minutes will go where, and I think it really ultimately falls on the players and how willing they are to accept roles. That's nothing new, right? But we got an early indication of where this is all going to fall on Friday night in Boston when, Keon was supposed to go back in for his regular rotation minutes in the fourth quarter. And young Gucci, Devin Carter, knocked down a couple of long threes. And Keon went up to Doug and said, nah, man, let the young man spin. Let him keep going. Let him cook. So, it ultimately comes down to how the players accept their minutes, because that too is a vibe, right? Because there's a lot of times guys get pulled out of the game, even the best of teammates, and they're walking by the bench MFing the coach on the way to their seat. And I haven't seen any of that in this 7-game stretch. And it could have easily happened under the circumstances. And that speaks to the environment that Doug has been able to create over the last few games.
How long do you think it's going to take Katie to get the Yamducci reference?
She kind of yesterday.
She's trying.
She's
making an attempt, but I don't even think she understood what you. I remember you dropped it a couple games ago. I think for the first time. She was just like,
I just wish I had a picture of Devin Carter in those Gucci shirts. They multicolored, multi-hued. It was like, wow, that's not the uniform, but he's scoring buckets. I'm not going to say anything. Yeah,
Mark, you've called NBA Finals games. You've been in every arena in the league, and your job obviously is not to you're not the sports radio guy that's predicting this and analyzing that in a sense. You're painting the picture. And going into Boston, I would imagine you, like many of us, are like, well, this is a very fun streak we're on, but they're going into the NBA champions. This might not be as fun as some of these previous games. Mark, I'm sure that arena has been that quiet for other teams. I'm sure there's been boo birds before, but how fun was it for you, who's supposed to be non-biased, of course, to be sitting in there in the fourth quarter, seeing what the team you're working for is doing to the defending champs?
Yeah, it was wild, man. I felt like I was in one of those Dave Chappelle skits when I went into the bowels of the locker room afterwards and was like going into a private room and going, yeah, yeah, It was wild. I was really amazed at the effort the guys put forth, and that to me that's got to rank up there outside of some of the playoff wins a couple of years ago as the biggest wins that I've been able to be calling for the Kings. I mean, that was something unimaginable. The way that they closed it out with the 5-second violation to me was so appropriate, because when you choke the life out of an inbound pass, there's no harder thing to do sometimes than to make a guy just stare at everything on the floor and say, all my guys are covered, because all their guys are on them like the plastic on your grandma's couch. I mean, it was beautiful to see. And there was really a tangible sense of euphoria from, all the players, all the staff, equipment managers, bus drivers. It was a really pleasant bus ride back to the hotel. And then, one thing that we've been able to enjoy during this trip is a great sense of camaraderie. I think this road trip came at a great time, Dave and Jason, because there have been some really good team get-togethers, team dinners, sitting down, getting to look each other in the eye, and, Doug being able to address the team and just really, it feels like we're going through the entire gamut of the human experience right now, and it's a great ride.
Wanted by the law for stealing cornbread and all kinds of other things. The Sacramento Kings are on fire on the road. Mark Jones is painting the picture for us, along with Katie, and, of course, our next guest, Gary Gerald. We're having a great time, Mark. I know you are, too, and we appreciate you joining us from the road, my man.
You got it, guys. See you in Milwaukee.
Thank you.
Take care. That's Mark Jones. We'll take a quick break. We got to get out of the way for Gary Gerald. And we got to get out of the way for Gary Gerald, voice of the Kings. The legendary voice of the Kings, Gary Gerald, joins us next.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! On ball, George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one. And if you want to save on a new Ford, you got to drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
My good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an amazing New Year oil change special going on right now for the month of January. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for a full synthetic motor oil change with a $33 off online coupon from JiffyLube.com today. Offer valid for up to 5 quarts of premium motor oil, specialty vehicles, and diesel extra. Happy New Year from Jiffy Lube.
California's largest Sportsman's Expo is back Thursday through Sunday at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Get discount coupons at Big O Tires and O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Visit sportsexpos.com for locations, show map, exhibitor listing, and seminar schedules. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo Thursday through Sunday at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Hey, horror movie fans. The Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. This week, get ready for Wolfman, the IMAX experience.
What was that thing, Blake?
It was like an animal, but it was standing on 2 feet.
The best place to experience this action-packed thriller is on the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen.
Something's happening to me.
With heart-pounding audio that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Get your tickets early at IMAX.com/Sacramento. And don't miss Wolfman, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
We welcome you back, and the train rolls on. Thanks to Mark Jones for joining us at your TV voice. The radio voice of your Sacramento Kings. When we last left him, the Kings were on a little baby winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to Pizzeria Regina.
Yes.
Favorite place.
Right.
Boston. We saw the picture
Look good.
Cold G-Man.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that warms you up like great pizza and victory.
Yes.
Joining us from the road right now, the one, the only, the lovely, the talented, the legendary. He's seen it all. The G-Man, Gary Gerald. Good morning, Mr. G-Man. Oh, did I? There we go. Good morning. I got you. Good morning, G-Man. Sorry. How are you?
Yeah, I'm more than tolerable. Thank you very much.
Are you, I don't know if you saw the pictures going around of our good friend Frank and some other people we know playing a very nice golf course recently. I personally think you should have been in that foursome, G-Man, and I'm offended you weren't, and I'm angry for you. Your thoughts?
Well, the opportunity was there. I was called about it and wondering about the departure when the Kings were headed out on this trip. And unfortunately, I couldn't join the group. I've had the great pleasure of playing Cypress Point one time in my life, and it was beyond awesome. And I was just, there was a tinge of jealousy, no question about that. And I'm sure those guys had a marvelous time. But by the same token, we've had a pretty doggone good time on the road. So I got no complaints.
Yeah, if the alternative is to go to Boston and have maybe one of the most impressive wins, followed up with a kind of a gritty, grind-out win yesterday in Chicago, yeah, things are pretty good right now, G-Man, aren't they?
It really is. And I've been listening to you guys talking with Mark and kind of reflecting on what's transpired in such a short period of time. And I'm not sure that I've been able to kind of wrap my brain around it. but I just know that it is fun. And Mark touched on the camaraderie. And, last night, everybody, almost every player and all of the coaching staff, members of the travel party, we went to Maple and Ash, a great steakhouse in Chicago, and spent 2.5 hours. And it was just one of those special times. And I commented in the past, it was something that Mike Brown initiated, when he first came to Sacramento 2.5 years ago, it making all of us who travel with the Kings feel like we're legitimately part of the family. And you couldn't say that about some of the other coaches of the 21 now who have been head coach of the Sacramento Kings over 40 seasons. So it's particularly welcoming from my standpoint. And I just, I loved it, and listening. Doug got everybody's attention at one point and offered a toast and his thanks and congratulations to his players and to his staff. And those things just don't happen that often, I don't believe, in professional sports franchises. So something special is going on right now with the Sacramento Kings, and I'm happy to ride the wave as long as we possibly can.
Gary Gerald joining us. You said the wrong thing because my ADD just took over. I'm on the menu right now, G-Man. Holy goodness gracious at Maple and Ash. I'm looking at some of these
Who
dishes.
picked up that bill?
Oh my God. They have a seafood tower. They have 3 types, a la, pro, and baller. And they literally, Jason, I'm not lying, they have a dish called I Don't Give a Blank.
Yeah.
Where they say, just let us take care of you. Snow crab, bone marrow stuffing. G-Man, we don't want to get too personal, but we love following your food. Would you mind disclosing what you dined on at that wonderful restaurant?
Well, it was amazing because I was on the first bus that went there from the hotel. It's only about 8 blocks from the hotel, but we get in there and you go up to like the 4th floor, and there's this marvelous layout and a huge room that's set aside for the Kings. And immediately, and normally it takes a while to kind of get into the motion and the rotation of things, but the staff just literally pounced on the tables. And what do you need to drink? That started it. And within 5 minutes, the drinks were there. The first seafood tower arrived. And there was crab. There were some amazing shrimp that were marinated in some special sauce. There were clams. There were oysters. They had oysters and caviar. They had special shots available that had 3 components that started with vodka. And because I don't drink, I didn't avail myself of that. I'm told they were really good. Then it was, let's see, what happened after that? There were appetizers that included meatballs. There was beef tartare, bread chips, sticks, whatever you want to call them. Then it was a wedge salad, and then time for the entree, and they brought out family-style platters of Chateaubriand, roast beef sliced, salmon, if you wanted seafood, and that was accompanied by a special. You mentioned the marrow dressing. There was also, let me think here, fresh asparagus. There were mushrooms and some kind of a special dressing, which I'd never seen prepared quite that way. There was mashed potatoes. It just went on and on. And then for dessert, towers of mini petite specialties, coconut cream, mini pies, chocolate crunch wedges, macaroons. And then, of course, people were drinking wine and whatever. I mean, yeah, the bill had to be humongous.
As Jason and I are starting a 3-day water fast today. Boy, I asked the wrong question.
That sounds amazing. I mean, part of it too, G-Man, I'm sure it had to be the other part that you said, like obviously the food, the spread, but the time together, the value in obviously celebrating what they've done 7 in a row, but just more chances to be together, to bond, and really, like you said, start or build off what Mike Brown started, and now Doug Christie's taken to his level.
Yeah, it was extraordinary, and it was very, very special. And normally, you get a handful of players in those situations unless it happens to be mandatory. This wasn't mandatory, but the table to my left, DeMar DeRozan and his family and friends, in a central table. And you look, and there's Domas, and everybody is there. I think De'Aaron Fox was not there, but his wife, Rasay, and the kids and stuff were there. So he was doing something different, but it was just, it was a very, very special evening. And I'm so blessed and so fortunate that you get to be a participant in something like that, because those are the things that make life on the road truly special. It's great when you win, but when you throw in those little extra components, that's a tough combination to beat.
Reminds me of when KHTK took us to Sizzler that one time a few years ago, and they had clam chowder and the yeast rolls, and I think there was a grape. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Gee, man, we will be going over that menu the rest of the day. Look, you've seen it all. You've seen the best. You've seen the worst. And I know you always tell us, just enjoy the ride. We hope you are enjoying the ride. You deserve every single second of good vibes and good things happen with this team. And let's keep it rolling in Milwaukee, my friend.
Yeah, we look forward to it. I was just, before you guys called, I was checking to see the last time the Kings had won 8 in a row. They've only done it 5 times in their 40 years in Sacramento. So if they can find a way to beat Milwaukee, boy, that'll be special. But I think Milwaukee's probably going to be a little grumpy after they got knocked around big time by the New York Knicks yesterday. So they'll be on point. And let's hope the Kings are as well. Let's keep it going.
Mm-hmm. Have that right here on Sacktown Sports, the voice of Gary Gerald, painting you the picture each and every game it has from day one. Have a safe trip, G-Man. Enjoy the food as well as the games, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, take care. By the way, Jason.
Maple and ash?
Maple and ash. Those were dry-aged meatballs. $21.
Per meatball,
the beef tartare is Wagyu beef carpaccio. That's $48. The seafood tower, $260. And then the I don't give a bad word that starts with an F. Let us take care of you. It's $200 a person.
Wow. So like when the Kings make a trade and they get cash considerations?
Yeah.
That's what
the
pays
cash.
for it.
That's considering the cash right there. We'll take a break. Frankie Cartoscelli, Sacktown Sports Kings Insider, will join us. We'll get back to the X's and O's. G-Man helped us out with the vibes there. And then coming up at 8:28, Coach Doug Christie joins us. It's a wonderful show. So glad you're with us. We'll be back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
WWE Monday Night Raw is live every week on Netflix. Live drama, live heroes, live action, featuring some of the biggest names in WWE, such as John Cena, undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Bianca Belair. There's never been a better time to step into the ring and stream WWE Raw. WWE Monday Night Raw is now on Netflix.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? It seems impossible to find them. Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, That's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Stirring fiber, exercising, frequent trips to the store for more laxatives and fiber. Sounds like your constipation with belly pain is a lot to manage. But if your symptoms that keep coming back are signs of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, ask your doctor how Linzess can help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, as we get to Frankie here, Forbes just came out with because Sportico had their team valuations. I think they had the Kings at $3.7 billion. Forbes has their updated NBA team valuations out. The Kings have fallen from $3.7 to $3.5 billion, specifically for that meal in Chicago.
I was going to say,
yeah,
it was costly, but worth it.
But worth it. Yeah. I really do. That is just something I want to know. Just for my own. Who pulls out the credit card? Who was it? Katie? Probably not. Who is the one that gives the credit card?
I'll get the tip.
No,
no,
the
not a
tip
Matt.
for that is probably 30 times more expensive than my most expensive meal I've ever had. Joining us right now, a guy who's probably dining on Doritos and coffee as he's we're
Baby
on watch. Joining us right now, he brings the boom, the one, the only.
That's what we do.
Waiting for the baby to bring a boom at some point. Frankie Cartoscelli. By the way, once that baby's born, it will bring plenty of booms. Good morning, Frankie.
Good morning, guys. Still waiting for the baby to boom and not happening. We have an appointment a little later on today. We'll see if this is the week, but the wife is beyond tired of waiting for this guy to arrive. So
I know you've already had your baby showers and blah, 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 and all that. What we do based on the one we had for both our kids, it turns out that of all the stuff we got, the number one by far item that we ended up using the most and being thankful for was the truckload of diapers that our parents got us. I would assume you are stocked up and ready to go.
yeah, like this closet next to me, which is our guest room closet, is stocked up. The garage is stocked up. The baby room stocked. We have a lot of diapers, a lot. And so, but like you said, they're going to be probably all used at some point and probably soon. So
Okay.
we got them though. We got them stocked up.
Well, speaking of diapers, the Boston crapped the bed on Friday. How about this winning streak, Frankie? It's a lot more fun covering this team when they're winning. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I think, from everyone's perspective, whether you're a fan, a media member, whatnot, when the Kings are playing well, everyone's usually doing pretty well. And, I don't think many of us expected the Kings to march into Boston, a place where they've been historically horrible. I think the last one they had there with fans in the building was in 2014 or 15, or no, I'm sorry, 2007 or 8. It's been 14 or 15 years, I guess, 17 years, math. But no, just seeing them kind of lock in late down the final stretch and really kind of out-Celtic the Celtics was impressive from my perspective. And even looking at last night's win, a game that you're getting just hammered on the perimeter, that continued to be true really for the entire game. But they got stops and they needed to late down the final stretch. And I think you guys pointed to it and, talking about it with some of my friends as well, that 5-second call just really just kind of shows how Doug's group is locking on the defensive end and the small stuff, the things that you kind of look at as small stuff, like maybe, upping your blitzing a little bit or trapping in half court or full court sets. Like these are things that they're kind of doing that are a little different, but doing it more, I guess consistently. And you see it last night kind of happening in full force, and 7 wins. It's pretty rare. I think you guys mentioned 8 games would be the first in 20 plus years. So this is quite a turnaround for a group that 2 weeks ago we were kind of looking like the sky was falling.
Yeah. Frankie, about the defense, I don't know if the numbers changed because of the Bulls game, but going into the Bulls game and the 6-game win streak then at the time, I know small sample size, but through 6 games, the Kings were number 1 defense in the league. The defensive rating was number 1, and I'm thinking, I don't know the last time the Kings and defense have been associated with number 1. Now, maybe it dropped a bit with the Bulls game, but I think what they're doing there right now consistently, and especially in the fourth quarters, they're winning all these fourth quarters. That, to me, has been one of the big separators for this win streak. What have you thought about what they've done defensively?
I mean, just a lot of activity. And I think you can kind of point to Keon Ellis's just reinsertion in the lineup. And while some might have grown to see him fall back into a bench role, I think that you have to kind of tip your cap to how Malik Monk has played. And you want to keep him in that group where he's being maximized, especially as a playmaker. But Keon is someone you can kind of plug and play on. You saw him guard Zach LaVine, struggled at times, but found a way to kind of make a difference down the final stretch. Even in Boston, was getting bullied by Jaylen Brown, but ended up turning things around and being a huge help for them late. The deflections, I mean, I would like to see where he finishes in the NBA at the end of the year in deflections. It seems like he has nearly double digits every game. I think he had 15 in a game last week, which is ridiculous. But having just a couple of guards like Fox and Keon that have active hands, that are quick in the passing lanes, that can get out there and push the break as well if they can pick off a pass or strip somebody. That's huge for a Kings team that has really lacked multiple, or I guess singular, impact defenders over the past couple of decades. We're talking about back to when Doug was a player. The Kings haven't really had anyone like this as Keon's caliber. But kind of pulling numbers from this morning, just since December 30th, the beginning of this winning streak, just starting down the line, 7-0, that's first in the NBA. 121 points per game, first in the NBA. 50.3 rebounds per game, that's third in the NBA. The defensive rating, I have it as third. But we're talking about a team that's third in defensive rating, third in net rating, 5th in steals, 9.4 per game. I mean, these are numbers that I think a lot of fans would, hope that would a fraction of this. A team that has finished usually in the bottom half and 20th or worse in defensive rating over the past decade plus. We're seeing a group now that's really performing well under a defensive-minded coach.
And you're seeing it all come together. Keegan Murray, as his calling card really has been defense and hitting threes for most of his career, and his defense just continues to improve. Domantas Sabonis is actually, the numbers tell you, he's an actually underrated defender. A guy got defensive first team or all defensive team votes last year. Then you have Fox, who led the league in steals last year. You have Keon Ellis, as you mentioned, coming in. And then something we talked about too, when you go down the list of things, whether it's Doug Christie and the coaching change and everything below, underneath that have made the difference. But we forget Devin Carter also made his debut on this streak, and this kid has so much pressure on his shoulders, no pun intended, and then he comes in and absolutely just not only fits in, but really is a disruptor on the floor. And you can see what Monty and Wes and the rest of that front office saw in Devin Carter.
Yeah, never lost, to quote the great LeVar Ball. Kevin Carter never lost. But the 6'3", 6'9" wingspan, I think that's being mentioned a lot. I mean, and it's worth mentioning a lot. A guy that has a 6'9" wingspan playing out of the guard spot, it's pretty rare. And you are starting to kind of see the vision that Monty, Wes, a lot of people from Providence, and we had a couple of people come on the air. I think Kim English, just speaking about the versatility he can bring. And we're seeing it in full force. And you kind of look at last night, the rotation, the first look at what a fully healthy Kings rotation looks like. And now Kevin Huerter's been playing, I guess, a lot better than he was before in a reserve role, but he plays 10 minutes last night. And that's in a game he hasn't left due to an injury. That's the least amount of minutes he's played in a game, I think, in years, maybe in a Kings uniform. So you're kind of starting to see what Doug Christie is going to prioritize. And I think rightfully so. This Kings team has plenty of offense. We're seeing, like I mentioned, they're first in the NBA in scoring since his winning streak started. And they have De'Aaron Fox back now. You're getting Keegan Murray, who's shooting 50% from 3 in January, which was really the one thing he needed to kind of prove, is that he can be a plus on offense again. Domantas Sabonis is scoring 20-plus points per game, which isn't usually something he necessarily you should expect from him to do on a nightly basis, but he's 8 of 10 last night, I think. He's scoring 20-plus a night. So you don't really need offense as much, especially with Keon shooting 40-plus% from 3. So that means guys like Carter, they're going to get more run, and that's going to provide players like Keon, able to take a step back a little bit and not have to be at a full 12 out of 10 on the defensive end every time down the floor. De'Aaron Fox going to get a little breather on that end as well. Keegan Murray, like you mentioned, has been usually tasked with defending the best player across the floor. Devin Carter's another player who can kind of be thrown into that mesh of players that can guard 1 through 3. Carter's mentioned he could guard 1 through 4, but we'll see if 1 through 3 is a great spot for him to start as an NBA career. But we're now looking at a spot where you have, like I mentioned, 2 was great, but now you have 3, 4 players, Fox, Keon, Murray, and Carter, that can defend multiple positions and at a high level at that.
Frankie, I know for a while we've been talking about the trade deadline coming up, and the trade deadline coming up, this team definitely has to do something. I don't think you want to get confused if you're the front office in just this stretch or prior stretches, but obviously when it's going well, you kind of don't want to mess with too many things. As we get closer to that, what do you think the front office is thinking about trying to add to this roster?
I think they are surely looking at the forward market. I think as a lot of teams are in the league right now. And I think one position that they should look to upgrade, and I believe they are looking to upgrade as well, is the backup center position. And right now you're seeing a lot of Trey Lyles at small ball 5, which has worked. Trey Lyles has been playing some good basketball as of late, but I think you want to have a little more length and a little more just kind of reliability at that backup center spot, especially if Domantas Sabonis, we saw him miss a game due to illness, against Detroit. Again, they lost by 1 point. That proved costly. Just having someone that can kind of be in there. And I think a lot of people have pointed to Jonas Valanciunas, a fellow Lithuanian, a teammate on the Lithuanian national team for Sabonis. He's someone that could be on the move in Washington. Who knows if the Kings would have, enough interest to make a move for him, but there's a lot of players there in the back. Nick Richards in Charlotte, the Kings have been linked to. There's bigs out there that can be had for cheap, and that kind of keeps that flexibility in hand if you have to trade your biggest contract, which the Kings are looking to move right now, which is Kevin Huerter's, I think, 17+ million. That provides you that flexibility, especially the fact that they had the full guaranteed deadline last week, and Orlando Robinson was waived. I think they're $3 million below the first apron, so that's a little bit of flexibility. They traded $17 million, bring back a $20 million dollar player. I look at the wings and the backup big spots because that's, to me, the biggest weaknesses for this team. And like you said, they're playing great basketball, but you can't get complacent and say, okay, the problems are solved. You can roll and do a potential playoff series with this roster. This roster is good. They have a lot of talent, but they still have some holes that need to be addressed if they're wanting to be more than a good regular season team. They want to win a playoff series. You have to have, I think, more versatility at the forward spots and another backup big that's more reliable.
I love the Valanciunas move, but also keep an eye on Duop Reith and Robert Williams in Portland. I have a feeling one of those 3 is going to be on this team after the trade deadline.
You just want Duop Reith because the song, you said, right? There's a song.
Duop Reith. Absolutely. I think he also plays basketball. Not sure. I appreciate you coming in under pressure. Of course, all the pressure is on your lady who's doing all the hard work. You did the fun stuff.
I'm not doing anything.
You're not doing anything. Let's be honest. Good luck, and we're all counting on you, Frankie. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Selfishly, I hope I don't talk to you next week. But if this is it, then I'll see you in like a month. So
you got it, brother. Enjoy this
right.
time, man. It only happens once. That's Frankie Cartoscelli joining us. We
bring the boom. That's what we do.
Kings Insider. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's just take a breath. Let's recap this win. Also, line up right now, 1-800-920-1140, your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Jiffy Lube drive of the game, $100 gift card. If you just named the play, it's Chicago. Just named the play, and you get yourself $100, $100 gift card towards anything you want done at Jiffy Lube. Doug Christie joins us in about 14 minutes, so we'll step aside. We'll be right back after this.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Intercepted by Fred Warner.
Faithful to the Bay.
Fred gets up and runs back the other way, 30.
Don't miss the excitement of 49ers game day. Secure your spot at Levi's Stadium for the 2025 season.
20, one block and he's in.
Season tickets are available now. Inventory is limited, so to speak with a representative, call 415-GO-49ers.
Touchdown!
That's 415-GO-49ers.
San Francisco!
Happy New Grill. Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat as we did on Christmas Eve. Bring out all the flavors of the new year with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you Happy New Year. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
17 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, half a steal, and 1.2 blocks per game is Devin Carter's per 36 numbers, which I don't know. Is it too early for that per 36 minutes? I feel like, I feel like that's accurate for a rookie.
Yeah. You know what, though? We were talking about it with Frankie, and yesterday being the first game that they had all of their players, right? And kind of distributing minutes, figuring out how to maximize. What if I tell you this? 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Anything like that's fine for a bench player, right?
Yeah.
Well, Kevin Herter did that yesterday in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, and not to slam it, but he could play 26 minutes sometimes and get that production. So I think he was was he the lowest minutes? Him and Carter, but like they got production from him, really good production in a limited amount of time. And that's what you want from all your guys.
Let me find. I want to see if he did have the lowest minute total here.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah. There he is. Yeah. Kevin Herter with 10 minutes. And you're right, 7, 4, and 3, and he made his only 3. And here's the thing: it's so funny you bring that up because I was going to go a little bit different, but I'll combine them. And I know we're on the win streak, and I'm not. Look, it's funny how we as a fan base like are focusing all the good on certain things, and that's fine. But and that's fine. But like, because Kevin Herter is probably the number one player scapegoat, you're right. Like, where is everybody saying, oh my God, Kevin Herter in 10 minutes, like those for screw per 36, per 30, that's what, 21 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds, like, but also where are the compliments for the front office? Why is it that we think that if you compliment the front office, that means everything's okay? Right. They've made 0 mistakes. We don't need to make any moves. It's like everybody's. I just want to be fair. Like Devin Carter got picked by the front office. This roster that's won 7 in a row got picked by the front office. Yeah. The front office made the coaching change. Like I'm not saying we need to give them all A pluses, but can we at least like publicly back off a little bit from Monty and be like, oh, well, maybe. And by the way, he hasn't even made a trade yet.
Right.
So can we why are we not acknowledging that at all?
Yeah. Oh, you mean they took another guard?
Right. And I was one of them. Like I still think the roster is imbalanced. I still think it was weird that they, with that imbalance, took a guard and that was going to miss half. That like none of that's changed. But oh my God, maybe they saw something.
Right.
It's worked out really well so far. We might have that imbalance that will help us, like Tyrese Halliburton balance. And by the way, what I'm secretly afraid of. You may balance this roster, ladies and gentlemen, but would it really, I mean, honestly, with this front office, would it really shock you if Devin Carter was a part of that trade? Would it shock you more than Halliburton? Would it shock you?
Not more than, no.
I have a feeling if they pick up, and by the way, this is not sourced. This is a feeling. I have the same knowledge behind this as anyone listening right now. I have a strange suspicion if they pick up a really big, like, front court piece, like a good front court piece, for example, a Cam Johnson or whatever, I kind of have a feeling either Carter or Ellis is going to be in that trade. And
yeah, if I'm the other team, I'm interested in those guys.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going. I mean, if Monty can pull off the Kevin Huerter and picks, great. And I think that's what everybody wants. Maybe Lyles Huerter, those. Just remember the past. Nobody saw the Halliburton. Nobody saw the Halliburton trade coming. So, Kings fans, we may get our wish here very soon with a balanced roster. And you have the good problem, the very good problem of sitting here going, God, do you really want to mess with the immaculate vibes right now? That type of thing.
Yeah.
But just in the back of your head, just prepare that somebody you really, really love and covet might be on the move.
Absolutely.
And that's
other teams want players too.
And you know what? I've heard this saying before. Other general managers, they also get paid as well.
Do.
Jason,
it's not for free.
It's, you know what? It's not for free. 1-800-920-1140 is your phone line. 916-339-1140 is your text line. We also appreciate everybody joining us on the chat line. Doug Christie will join us here momentarily. But right now, let's get the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Michael, you're on with Dave and Jason. Good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. 7 in a row. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. All right. You got a chance for a $100 gift card to Jiffy Lube to get all your oil changes and windshield wiper and tire rotations and all that stuff done. Do you remember the call against the Bulls?
First quarter, 2:59 left. Malik Monk cutting layup with Domas Sabonis with the assist. Great ball movement on the play.
That is.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, wow. That is an Andrew Luck-esque memory recall right there. Let's see if our friend Michael is correct.
Sabonis, right wing feed to Monk, shovels to Huerter, back inside to Sabonis, bounce pass to the baseline, Monk to the basket for the score. Score tied at 25. Boy, that was just a terrific bit of execution on the Kings' push to the basket. The Jiffy Lube drive of the game comes here with just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter in Chicago. You're listening to the Carmichael Dave Show tomorrow morning with Jason Ross at 7:45. Your chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area.
That is absolutely perfectly well done, Michael. You got yourself a $100 gift card, a winning streak gift card from our good friends at Jiffy Lube. And as always, we just simply ask you a final trivia question. This is just for posterity. What home of the longest winning streak in the NBA, only team to have not lost in 2025 radio station makes your Jiffy Lube dreams come true, Michael?
Kings.
Yeah, that is the absolute correct answer, Michael. Well done. Hold the line. And
he couldn't have been better on the first part. Kings.
I mean, if I'm being fair, I kind of did a little end around with all of that, but we'll
still waiting for this one.
All right. So you mentioned this is the first game with the entire Kings roster, which is the second craziest stat I've heard all weekend long.
The second one?
The second craziest stat I've heard all weekend long. The first craziest stat I've heard is something that I have absolutely no other place to put this as we wait for Doug Christie in a couple minutes, but I'm going to play you a highlight, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Better than the average in the league. Barkley back in the game, but hurts to throw. Looking near sideline as a catch and a first down. It's Devontae Smith.
Why did I just play
What's the
random Jalen Hurts Philadelphia 8-yard gain for a first down? That was his first career under center drop back pass that didn't feature play action in his entire career.
What?
That was his first career drop back pass under center that did not feature play action. In other words, every other one's been shotgun or something else.
Or play action.
In his career, I actually had to look like that's got to be
a special moment.
That was. How is that possible?
Fans didn't know.
They had no idea. They should have stopped the game.
Yes, tribute video.
Giving him an award. So, that and the Kings winning with their playing with their entire roster. Jason, they have not lost with their entire roster available, which is a streak I hope continues in Milwaukee.
Well, and we talked about like the way the fans have been, and they've been great, but just like how we are all kind of, when's the other shoe going to drop? Or, here's De'Aaron coming back. And there were some people, obviously a lot of people out there going, well, are they better without? They're not, but they were playing well without him. Also in that streak, by the way, Keegan missed a couple games. I never heard a suggestion that they were better without him. Or when other people miss games, are they better? Were they better without Carter? Well, now Carter's here. You want your full complement. You want your roster, and then you have the tough part to organize it. But much like Mark Jones reiterated the story of the time in Boston where it was basically time for Keon to come back in, and he tells Doug, no, leave Carter in there. He's cooking. I mean, those are the kind of little winning things I think that's happening right now that are encouraging to hear about. And obviously it's easier when you're winning to just go does Kevin Huerter, we just talked about him. I'm sure he wants to play 30 minutes.
Yeah.
He played 10. He was impactful. He was effective. They won. And I'm hoping he feels good about that.
Just got a text. Doug Christie will be calling in 5 minutes, so we're going to step aside. We're going to take a break. When we come back, your head coach of the Sacramento Kings, Doug Christie, right here on your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Monday, getting out the door to a cool start. Some patchy frost possible across the valley floor. For the afternoon, expect plenty of sunshine, occasional north winds, and temperatures today in the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The new year is here. Time for a new car. Coach Christie here urging you to upgrade to a new Kia right now. You might even end up with a lower payment. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
The good news, you finally lost the excess weight and found the body you knew was hiding underneath it all along. The better news, InShape Fitness is here to help you maintain your new look, and dare we say it, enjoy the process. InShape has everything you need to build muscle and help keep the weight off. From fitness classes and personal trainers to swimming pools and saunas. Plus, plenty of full-length mirrors to admire your new self along the way. We are InShape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
This year, resolve to save on the all-new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy with $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on over 30 new half-ton Silverado LT and RST after rebate. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area. $8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers based on 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Plati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
Let's get right to it. You don't keep the man who is has the largest grapes I've ever seen waiting. You don't keep the guy who is a co-star of a wonderful Kings jersey commercial waiting. And you don't keep the head coach of the Sacramento Kings waiting at all. On the road, joining us right now, our friend, our former colleague, and the coach of your Sacramento Kings, currently on a 7-game win streak, if you had not heard, Douglas Dale Christie. DC, good morning.
Good morning to you, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Great. Awesome. Like, it's winning. You know, it's better than losing. It's fun.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no doubt.
How are you? Honestly, Doug, how, seriously, whirlwind, craziness, we're watching it, we're covering it, you're living it. How are you, brother?
I mean, I'm tired, but other than that, I'm good, man. Guys are taking good care of me. They're taking good care of us in the city. So when it comes to that, I mean, that's what we're here for. So, I'll sleep later at some point, but right now, just keep grinding. Super proud of the performances that they continue to put out and trying to continue to define their identity. And if they do that, they always give us a chance to win.
Well, Doug, I know we're all really happy for you. I know this is something you've really, really wanted. You're here, and the results are showing. I'm curious. I've always been a fan of your messaging, your passion. It comes through for everything you're saying. And, for example, Doug, when you took the team on the roof for the beam, I thought that was incredible. You're hitting all the right notes. Have you, in your passion and your energy, noticed that tangible difference, not just the results on the floor, but with your guys kind of feeding off that same kind of energy?
I mean, I guess so. I've seen some stuff that DeMar was asked, and he talked about when he showed the video of me playing and stuff, and kind of his mindset behind it, which is humbling. But we talked about right from the very beginning. Like, there are certain things that I'm gonna require. Like, we don't want to lose, but you're gonna lose sometimes, and that's part of what we do. But the one thing that we can control is how we play. When our fans come to see us, when they tune in to see us, what they see and the pride that they take away from what they see and what they experience. And if we're doing that and a team is better than you and they beat you, then you know what? We're okay with that. We'll lick our wounds, we'll go back, and we'll figure it out. But if we play at that level consistently, and I think that that's what you're speaking to, Jason, if we play at that level, we give ourselves a chance. We can look ourselves in the mirror. I'm hoping that our fans are extremely proud of us. Our organization is extremely proud of us. And from there, we can move on and continue to grow and get better.
I want to play a very quick 10-second clip from your one of your pressers that really spoke to me, and I think a lot of the fan base. Here it is.
It's together. It's like I'm not separate as a coach. They're not separate as players. They have their room. I have my room, but at the same time, we are together as one. And
it's a fist. And you've had a couple that you've dropped. I don't want to get the phrasing wrong, but it was like, we want to make people that come in here uncomfortable or not have a good. You have this way, Doug, of. I know you're not a Sacramento native, but this is your home. Being able to boil things down so that we understand them, and it sure looks like the players are kind of getting that same gist.
I would agree with you. I think that like messaging a lot of times it needs to be simple. I think that there's a human aspect that you got to tap into. I think that you guys know like the mental side is kind of what I dig, and I think that the mind controls what comes into physical manifestation. So if our minds are on the same page and there's an aggressive mindset and all these things, then physically that's what we are going to manifest. And that's what I try to impart to them is like, whatever we do, we're going to do it with force and aggressiveness. And that's how it's going to be. We're not going to try to adjust. We want people to adjust to us. Now, with all that being said, we play against players at this level and teams at this level that are just crazy good, and you have to adjust. But this is our mindset. This is how we want to approach it. And if we continue on doing that, like we give ourselves the best chance at winning. And as we continue to, like I said, formulate our identity, that's what we want to do on a night-to-night basis.
You know, Doug, there's so many winning elements on this streak, whether it's, the beautiful game you guys play against the Warriors, the huge comeback, I believe that was Philly. There's been a lot of things, but the fourth quarters in a lot of these games, you guys have been great closers offensively and defensively. And if we just go to the 5-second count you guys get yesterday, that looked to be a play that you enjoyed just about as much as anybody. What have you felt and seen with your team in closing time in this win streak?
It's interesting because as I think about it, like a lot of things that I think you guys have been around me. I talked to our fans when I was on radio and television. Like I can't talk about all that and then like not do it. So part of what I want is I want pressure. I want physicality. And those things, when you add them up, they equal to digging into an opponent's legs and making them tired. And that means that we have to be in better shape, and we're working on that because that's part of what I'm asking them to do at a really high level. But I think some of what you see is when we get to the fourth quarter, the team starts to get tired. That's just whether you look at MMA or you look at boxing or you look at tennis, Rafi Nadal and those heavy balls that he just pounds down the line, and all of a sudden guys are backing off the line because he just continues. Like that's the pressure that I want to apply. And you can't do it every single time, but the more times that we're able to accomplish that, we're hoping that in the fourth quarters, teams begin to feel us more and more.
Doug Christie with us, head coach of the Sacramento Kings. Doug, one of the first things, and there have been already some signature moments for you, was Keon in the Miami game, I think, missing the front end of 2 free throws. And as he was coming off the court, you hugged him. And, Keon Ellis has been a big topic amongst fans this year. And maybe we read too much into it. We're all dramatic, but it seemed like that was so welcome on his end to have an ex-player come up. Hey, man, been there. You're good. We're good. Don't worry about it. Go out there. Let's win this game. And I imagine that's some of the stuff you draw from your playing career that really helps you in that communication with those players.
Yeah, those are moments like I didn't say this, but funny. I was like, "Yo, man, I missed 2. You only missed 1. You did better than I did," because I've been in that moment before. But really, I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was just along the lines like, "We got you."
Right.
Don't worry about that. We're going to miss shots, bro. It's part of what we do. But now we're going to demonstrate to you what team is all about. So good job. And that was really it. It wasn't more than that. Just trying to continue to put wind underneath his wings and help him to soar.
And we talked about that the following day, Doug. And at one point when we were talking about you hugging Keon and after the free throw, Christopher Lott said, well, Doug knows something about missing free throws. And I just want to say, I know you're head coach. I know.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say what I really want to say to Chris.
I get it.
You look at him right now. Just look across. Just look him right in the eye.
We are.
And he understands exactly what I'm saying.
He knows what you're saying. Oh, my goodness. Doug, I'm thinking back to when we worked together here. I don't remember you ever needing smelling salts to get going.
Yeah.
What's going on here before the game?
Actually, I've done it all the time. It's just no one paid attention to me when I was sitting in the other seat, and now it's like the camera's on you. But just to wake up, lock in, man. Here we go, and it just wakes me up. Sometimes I get a little bit too much of a dose, and it can make my eyes water. But for the most part, it's just to wake up, and I'm here, we're here, and here we go.
I know weirdly enough, we didn't plan this, but a few of these questions have involved Keon Ellis. I'm going to ask another one, not necessarily about him, but again, we're talking so much about messaging, about philosophy, about, the things that you're bringing to the table and trying to infect players with. There was one thing you mentioned, or maybe it was Keon in his interview, I can't remember, where Devin Carter was on the floor, the rookie, and Keon Ellis is a guy that struggled with his playing time for some of the year and, is still trying to get his footprint. And he said something to you, I'm paraphrasing, like, hey, let the young man cook out there. And you had said, like, well, I was just coming over to tell him the same thing. That's that you guys used to always say on those 0-2 teams, Doug, that you could pass the ball knowing that you were almost certainly getting the ball back, that you had that trust with your teammates on the floor to know that everybody was unselfish, everybody was pulling for the other guy. And I felt like in a weird way, that little interaction was a little part of what you experienced as a player, that unselfishness.
Yeah, it's really what I expect out of them, and I'm hoping that they expect out of each other. Like, listen, if I was going to the table and Bobby hit a couple shots real quick, I'm turning around and look at coach like, you want me to go for Mike or come back to the bench? Because my man is cooking and there's no need to take him out. And that's kind of, because when you're in that position, you want somebody to do that for you. But to Keon's credit, I was coming to tell him, give me a couple minutes or, just hold on, because it was his time to go in and he knew I was coming to him, but he was already coming to me like, yo, the young fella's rolling, let him roll. And I to myself, I said, that's an incredible teammate, and that's not like the first time it's been done. Malik's done it many times. Like, people have done it, but under my watch, to see him in that moment be selfless for the team is like super huge. Those are the things that I think gain each other's trust. And when you gain each other's trust, things on the floor they flow differently.
Doug, knowing you here, how hard you worked to be great at radio, what you did for television, when you took on golf and to work on that, you kind of just have the gift of work ethic and drive and all that. And so now I know you've wanted to be a coach. I know you want to be successful. How much of your drive, though, is back to the unfinished business of that group that you guys were so close with?
Just to say, golf didn't work, by the way.
Oh, it did. It's on hold now.
Tom Morton's listening right now, I promise.
Yeah. I'm going to dive in. We're in the room. We are locked in. I got, games on the board. We're typing. We're trying to figure out. I got a crew that I work with to make sure that I'm comfortable with the game plan before we go. Then we get with all the coaches, see what's what. And by the time I hit the floor, I got my game card. I'm comfortable with it. That doesn't mean it's always going to work, but got some really good dudes that I trust a lot, and just try to do any and everything. They turn over every rock. They ask the tough questions. And those are the things that you need. I don't need to be the smartest guy in the room, but I don't need yes man. I need people who are going to say, like, And they do that. Like, it's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs at the same time, but we're in there trying to find the best strategy to give these young men the best chance to, be in the game and figure out a way to pull it out.
Looking up stats here, you are actually, weirdly enough, already, you have the most NBA head coaching wins of any former KHTK broadcaster. And I'm just saying, it's working so well.
Give us time.
Jason's busy at night, but I'm available if you need any extra help. I mean, it's working.
I got you, man. Chris got a couple, I'm sure.
I have noticed that the 3-point stance has been amazing.
You like that? You like
Triple
that?
threat?
Yeah. Stay out of my text thread.
Also, G-Man was on earlier breaking down the Maple and Ash menu last night. I'm just assuming you were there, but did that also remind you of all those KHTK dinners we always had that the company took us out on?
Yeah, that we always didn't have. It was high level, man. It was a packed house. People, all the players, like, it was just, that's the vibe that we're looking for. It's a family vibe. It's a vibe of we're coming to do this together, and super proud of the product that they're putting out for our fans and our organization. But at the same time, like, happy for them, because I know that this job is difficult. It's not always what you want. But like I said, if they control the things that they can control, they give themselves the best chance, and that's the time that you live with your results.
Well, you've already given us enough of your time. I know you got a bus to catch. I'm speaking for the fan base right now as we sign off, and for Jason and Chris and all of us. Doug, nobody needs to tell you what this means. You said it yourself, how this affects the city. It was not a good spot a couple weeks ago. We were struggling. And this city is absolutely, the roof is blown off. It's on fire. Thank you for everything you're doing. We're so damn proud of you. We are so damn proud of you and behind you 100%. And just keep killing it, dude, because you know what it means for us, brother.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Kings fans, love you guys. You know what I always feel about you guys. So just keep rocking. Go Kings, like the beam, baby.
Let's go, baby. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Doug.
All right, guys. Peace.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go. Oh, my God. Let's run through a couple of walls. Hungry? Psh, I'm not hungry. I fast for 14 days. Wow. Right? I got goosebumps, dude.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps.
And the thing I think about, too, with Doug, like working with him, and you know this, dude, he's always wanted this. He's the unfinished business, whatever. He's always wanted to be a coach. And in fairness to him, he just jumped in. Like, I know how he would have, he's going to do some things differently if it becomes his full time and he's got an off season and a camp and all that. But right now he's just in the moment, getting the most out of the guys. And this is an incredible run they're on.
I mean, honestly, 10-year contract today. Just sign him. I mean, maybe it's a little overboard, but just
sorry to hurt his golf game.
Sorry to hurt his golf.
He'll have to live with that.
We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, we'll recap 3 in the key, Celtics, Kings, and Kings Bulls, as well as you're along with us for this ride. It ain't a sprint, it's a marathon right here in your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh, my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. I've had my all-electric SUV for a little more than a year, and I continue to love it day after day. In fact, me and my daughter, we were just on vacation not too long ago, and we rented a car while we were on the trip, and my daughter said, Dad, I like your car better. I turned to her and said, honey, you know what? I like it better as well, and I couldn't wait to get back home to my Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. You know, at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, they are more than just a dealership. They're a partner you can trust throughout the entire ownership of your luxury vehicle. Whether it's a refined C-Class or a versatile SUV lineup, your perfect Mercedes-Benz is there waiting for you. Plus, right now, you can enjoy 3.24% APR for up to 72 months on certified pre-owned models on approved credit. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is your trusted partner in luxury and reliability, and they've been doing it for more than 30 years. So head on down right now to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Golden One Center January 24th through 26th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Tickets on sale now at monsterjam.com.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Something amazing is happening in education. Students are inspired and engaged. That's because school districts consulted with CDW, who designed modern classroom solutions with pre-configured HP devices, making learning more accessible, secure, and immersive. Now, when students study topics like elephants, it feels like elephants are there with them. HP and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/HPPSG.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. Call 800-885-3663. That's 800-885-3663. 800-885-3663.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, our thanks to Kings head coach. God, that sounds crazy, Doug Christie. And I look, I don't want to overdo it here, but I had an idea while we were listening to Doug, because I've never done this before in my entire life. I've never done it. And I'm curious, since we're already doing this 3-day water fast thing. If I text Doug and get the brand, would you guys be cool with all three of us trying a smelling salt on the air?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Have you ever done one?
No.
Chris?
Yes.
Is it as crazy as it? Because it does not look fun.
So I had the ones where they snap.
Yeah.
And that my uncle tricked me. He's like, hey, smell this real quick. And it feels like someone taking two nails and jamming them up your nose.
Okay, then maybe not. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. I've never seen anyone like break open a smelling salt and sniff it and be like, oh.
What do you think it was going to smell like?
I don't know. Like, does it smell like anything?
I think it's like an ammonia smell.
Oh, so it's like a super strong chemical smell?
Yeah. Just like Doug said, wakes me up. Gets me locked in.
Has the smelling salt ever like damaged anyone? Yeah, like when you die, you hear the stories about like people diving into cold water and they have a heart attack.
What?
You've never heard that?
A lot of stories like that, or just
that's a thing, man. Where you dive into, dude? Hundreds, tens of people a year die from this.
I was doing my polar plunge, and now I'm worried.
Speaking of polar plunge, who's hot?
Jaden Daniels.
What?
Yesterday in the Commanders' 23-20 win, the team had 0 turnovers and 0 punts. It is just the third time in NFL history where a team had 0 turnovers and 0 punts behind a rookie QB. The other two, Jaden Daniels in week 2 and week 3 this season.
Diving into cold water can be deadly. Here's how to survive it. Many will have read the news story about the sad death of Cameron Gosling, who died from cold water shock after jumping into the River Weir on a hot summer's day. Sadly, his death is not an isolated case. About 400 people die annually in the UK alone as a result of diving into cold water. Apologies accepted. You first. Go ahead.
So did he have a heart attack or did he just drown?
That was on a hot day. That's weird.
It's called cold shock.
And they're English. Oh, I can't handle this type of temperature. I'd rather die, sir.
Who's not?
Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins don't have the longest playoff drought, but they do have the longest playoff win drought. The last time the Dolphins won a playoff game, 2000.
Oy, that's not great. Couldn't be us.
Clinton was in office.
That is, God, me growing up, like Dan Marino, the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You know, I've got here's another list of who's not as well to help with Chris's. Got the top 7 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay.
Dak Prescott missed playoffs. Number 1. Joe Burrow, number 2, missed the playoffs. Number 3, Jordan Love lost in the first round. Number 4, Trevor Lawrence missed the playoffs. Number 5, Tua missed the playoffs. Number 6, Jared Goff plays next week. Number 7, Justin Herbert lost in the first round. Yeah. Okay. Let's get to it. John Tesh, please. 3 in the key. Double dose. 7-game winning streak for the Kings. We made predictions back on Friday.
All right, we first asked Celtics threes versus Kings threes.
Yeah.
Davey said 20 for the Celtics, 14 for the Kings. I said 18 for the Celtics, 13 for the Kings. Chris said 16 for the Celtics, 12 for the Kings. Well, Boston made only 11, while the Kings made 18.
Let's go!
Yeah, domination. None of us were very close. We asked for the leading bench score for the Kings. Davey said Herter 14. I said Ellis 11. You said Chris said Lyles 14. The correct answer was Carter in 11.
Oh, man.
And then the random stats, something different, something weird you predicted. You said 30 points or more for Fox. He had 0. He did not play. I said Sabonis would foul out. Why did I say that? He had 3. Chris said the Celtics would miss 30 or more three-pointers. He said 30 or more three-pointers. The Boston Celtics went 11 of 41. That's 30 missed three-pointers.
Wow.
There you go, Chris.
That's probably the call of the
pretty darn
segment.
good.
They missed exactly 33 points.
He said 30 or more.
I hate him so much.
All right, so that was the Boston game. How about the Chicago game? All right, here we go. We said DeRozan's points versus his old team. Davey said 26. I said 24. Chris said 23. Correct answer was 21. First and last King to score. Davey said Fox and DeRozan. I said DeRozan and McDermott. Chris said DeRozan. Correct answer was Sabonis. And then the random stat, Davey said DeRozan would get a rousing standing ovation. I think you got it. They got a tribute video. You got a warm reception. I'm going to give you that one.
Thank you.
I said Sabonis would have a triple-double. I figured this was a lock. He was almost there at half, but he did not get there. 22, 18, and 8. And Chris said Keegan would have a double-double. He had 14 points and 5 rebounds.
Wow. I like doing those after wins.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, how did it start and how is it going the last 16 days of the Sacramento Kings? And we'll lead it off with a Denver Broncos stat that might just blow your mind. We'll do that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention. and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Data Bank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380. Again, 1-800-217-4380.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave coming to you from a good friends at American Energy. Look, it's already cold outside. It's only going to get colder. American Energy wants to help you stay warm and make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of the $49 tune-up inspection. Normally, $119, $49 right now, and that includes a full safety and duct inspection. And check it out. If your system's over 10 years old, and I'll bet it is, the tune-up, yeah, it's free. It's free from a company that's been in business since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ Better Business Bureau. Check their Yelp, check their Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. If you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Check them out at theaeway.com and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. Oh, final hour of a show that has flown by.
No guests? Come on.
Our thanks to Frankie and some other guys.
Yes.
For joining us. Mark Jones, Gary Gerald, Doug Christie, who is going to get me the brand name. We're already in process here. I want the exact ones he uses, and we will be ordering those smelling salts. And, maybe we're having a rough show. Maybe energy's a little bit down.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. No, not that energy. I do want to, because I know we have a lot of either new listeners or people that are tuning in. The numbers are off the charts. I want to, on behalf of the whole show, thank everybody for tuning in. We know it's a great time. It's a wonderful ride. Let's enjoy ourselves. And special shouts to the chat, too. Well over 100 likes now. Everybody's in there. Everybody's been well behaved.
Like
yeah, right? Or at least they like Doug.
They should.
And
I do.
Yeah. And we very
Huge
much
fan.
Because it's been it was a little over 2 weeks ago. It's been 16 days. I was down south on vacation. I had poured my heart out on Twitter about how I'll be with this team, live or die, and I just feel so bad for the fans. We were all down in the dumps, sad, saying over and over again on the show, Jason, and everywhere, we don't get it. The analytics aren't saying this. This team's rankings are, look at who they're up with. They're losing all these close games. Mike Brown keeps saying over and over again the right things to say to this team, and they're not. There's a disconnect there, and God, you can't let them go, but you have to. It's something's going on, and then they do, and the whole thing, and and look, I'm done with the whole how the coaching thing was handled thing.
Right.
We're moving. We've said our piece.
It's
happened. We're moving on. We're winning. It's fine, and it just. Jason, I'd say it's unbelievable. Like, if you wrote this as a movie script or a 30 for 30, no studio would take it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, that's not real life, dude.
Well, and I think why we sometimes work in the morning too with the way, like, I sometimes will go, look, Dave, they just lost 6.
Yeah.
They could win 6.
Yes.
I would maybe even just say that almost as factually.
Yeah, I'd be like,
LOL,
Jason.
Yeah. But I mean,
Right.
like, come on, Dave, it can. Even if I didn't believe it, but it wasn't even about that then.
Now in 5 years you're going to be like, remember when
I was the one that said it.
Right.
But I still, and we didn't ask this to Doug, but I was thinking about, I don't know if it was his first press conference. It might have even been after they lost to the Lakers, his first game. I can't remember the order of this, but he said something I thought was kind of important, because he said, look, we have enough. We have enough in that locker room. And statistics maybe showed it, as far as what you were just referring to. Like, look, the metrics, like some of these analytics suggest their record should be better, but the record is your performance. They weren't winning enough. And he kind of said, look, we have enough. And that's even with some guys being out during this stretch. And whether it's his belief, I think a lot of people's belief in the roster, and honestly, some of the groundwork that Mike Brown had. I mean, again, he built a lot of this culture.
100%.
And it's just the notes that Doug has struck, the performance the team has had, the success and getting a little bit of success, confidence with a talented roster. It's really an amazing turnaround. I mean, it is kind of hard to believe.
It is. And as we mentioned earlier, Jason, and they've won these games in almost every single way.
Yeah. A lot of different fashions.
A lot of different fashions. A lot of different. And now I find this team going into Milwaukee. And look, I'm not going to lie. Of course, I expect the winning streak to end in Milwaukee. Of course I do. They're going to be pissed, and it's Giannis, and it's on the road, and it's Milwaukee. But I've gone from like, well, any given day a team can win. Never say never.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to. Now I'm like, well, if I'm betting money, I'm probably betting they're going to lose. But I could see them walking out of there with a win.
Yeah. But I mean, I think you start to get into the little nuance of this. And I've heard other people say this, like the difference between the best and the worst in the NBA, besides the record, honestly, isn't a lot.
Sure.
So what is it? What's the missing tangible thing? So who's the best? Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Cleveland the best this year? Why is OKC thriving?
Yeah.
Obviously they're talented, but are they more talented than Boston? Is Boston going through a little bit of we've won the title, we can win from any angle? Are they that much better than the Kings, than the Warriors, than the Lakers, than so you just, again, right now in this stretch, the Kings have to feel really good with the results, but they just look confident. They look like staying with it when it's not going well, like they believe they will win, and that's pretty powerful.
Can I feed you a little bit of Believium?
Okay.
Since Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks lost at home to Brooklyn. They lost at home to Portland. They lost at home to Brooklyn again.
Yeah, they've lost to Brooklyn 3 times this year, by the way.
That's insane. They lost at Chicago. What's that like? I don't know. And then they just went on the road and they got absolutely spalanked by the Knicks. Just saying, like, a lot of bad teams have beaten them in Milwaukee. So never say never. I will say this. If they can find a way to neutralize Giannis, I think they have a good shot. That's all right. I tried.
Yeah.
But I'm really honestly curious, honest to God, I am curious as to what the odds makers are going to say about this game. I really wonder. I'm guessing Bucks 2.5.
Sounds about right.
But man, this is why they get paid a ton of money. I don't know how the hell to rate that game at all. Not with the way the Kings are playing.
Honestly, I don't know in front of me. Aren't the records almost identical? Milwaukee might be 2 above 500. Or are they 3?
Let me get to the
basically the same records.
I think, yeah. Milwaukee's 20-17. Sacramento's 20-19. Sacramento, by the way, let's remember they even during the losing streak they were better on the road.
Yeah,
10-7 on the road. Milwaukee 12-7 at home.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm looking at it right now. The early spread, because this site combines them all. Milwaukee is favored ranging between 1.5 and 2.5 points. But if you're taking the money line, the Kings are actually the betting favorites in Milwaukee by 1.5. That's interesting. Yeah, this is a tough one.
And they had him there last year. That was the Dame Lillard buzzer beater after missed free throws by the Kings. But again, a confident group. The Kings aren't the only team to do what they did last night, but like the team bonding and the meal, it's just right now. I love everything that this team is doing.
Can I say I wish we were part of that meal?
No doubt.
Also, I do have to say this. I don't want to be a downer, but Adama Sanogo and Ayo Dosunmu and Torrey Craig were all out for the Bulls yesterday.
Yeah,
that's the national media's angle. They were missing some players.
Yeah.
This is another thing, too. I don't get as caught up in it as I used to. I used to be just psycho about the way the national media. Did you see that Windhorst clip from like a week ago? And I actually like Brian, but guys, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
And why doesn't it work the other way, by the way, when you win? So the other teams were like, De'Aaron is the best player on the team. Yeah. He missed 3 games. Keegan missed twice in there. Like, it just, I don't know.
The Sacramento Kings. And look, I don't care. I don't give an S as I talk about it at length. We keep winning. I don't care. I almost don't want people to cover us. Like, don't screw it up. But can I just say from an objective point of view, right now, not over the whole season, not from 50,000 feet, but on ground level, the Sacramento Kings are the best story in the NBA right now. And to me, there's no argument. It's not Cleveland. It's not OKC. They're the best story of the season. They're the most important.
You mean right now?
I'm saying you have a team that lost 6 in a row and has immediately broken off a 7-game winning streak under a new coach that used to be a player for the team in its golden age, and beams are like it's literally, there's no argument.
Yeah.
It's the best story in the NBA. Why the hell is it not at the top of First Take and hell, Good Morning Football and every other show? I don't care what sports show it is. Why is it not number one on all the NBA? Why am I not seeing think pieces and all this crap on ESPN and everywhere else? It's like, oh yeah, the Kings are that's cute. Now let's go back. What does this mean for LeBron's legacy? And Bronny James is doing this, and this guy's dating a porn star. Like, they're the best story in the league right now. So screw you, national. You know what?
Hey, it's our story.
It's our story. You can't have it. We don't need you. Don't come begging for interviews. Of course, they'll get all like the really good interviews when they do. But don't come. If I had my say, anyways, it's a good problem to have. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got more post-game reaction to the win over the Bulls. Let's go back and check that out real quick. G-Man with Sabonis afterwards. And how about standings watch? Watch. It's actually important. Now we'll take a 1-minute break. We're back after this.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
The new year is upon us with promises of new beginnings and new adventures, but don't let 2024 slip away without savoring the memories made with family and friends. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Looking forward is always exciting, but I have a lot to appreciate in this past year, revolving around time with family and more good time spent around my Naturewood dining table. Watching my grandson with his first bite of birthday cake was priceless and reminds me that new life is the perfect balance between yesterday and today. Greet the new year with a visit to Naturewood Home Furnishings during their annual New Year's sale going on now, including all the fine furniture and accessories in every department. How about a new style for the new year? Find that perfect piece of furniture that's new today and filled with future memories for tomorrow. The memories you make with your family will stay with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. We have breaking news.
Ooh.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
It makes absolutely no sense when you think about what's been going on and said over the last couple weeks. But then when you realize the team involved, it makes 100% sense. Mike McCarthy is out as the Dallas Cowboys head coach, according to several reports. So you've gone from the Bears wanting permission to talk to him to him being out. Well, excuse me. The Bears wanting permission to talk to him. The Cowboys saying no. Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones both kind of lovey-doveying over each other. Like Jerry saying, well, you know, we got unfinished business with Mike. We don't want anybody here that doesn't want to coach, and he wants to coach. And then Mike saying, hey, you know, we got a lot of stuff to do. Certainly sounded like he was coming back. And now I got to wait and see, again, as I'm trying to channel if I was a Cowboy fan, and think, well, hold on. Are you telling me that there was a chance that you could have played possum with the Bears, said, yeah, you can talk to him, but we have no intention of giving him up, and then the Bears want him, and maybe you squeeze a pick or something out of them, because that has happened before. You absolutely can trade coaches. Did you just squander an opportunity to get anything out of the Bears?
Right.
Golly, Jerry Jones is a far better actor than an owner.
And you know what? He's a good actor.
He's a good actor.
Others are reporting, too, that, you know, we'll see where this goes with Dallas, but apparently Bill Belichick would have been interested in that job had he known there was an option, and apparently Dallas would have been interested in Bill Belichick. What are we doing here?
I think it's time to welcome the new coach to the Las Vegas Raiders, Mike McCarthy. Obviously. Makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. Wow.
Beth.
All right. Another new opening in the NFL. Shador and Dion going together.
And who did I? Oh, what did I see over the weekend? The Raiders have no interest in Deion Sanders. Yeah. Which probably is, they probably called him and he was like, I'm not leaving and I'm not going. And they're like, we don't have any interest. It's like when you ask a girl out, she says no. And they won't go there.
It's not you. It's me.
Breaking news. I have no interest in dating Jennifer Lawrence.
Right. None. Me neither.
Sorry, J-Law.
Yeah. Also, Sydney Sweeney. If my phone rings, caller ID says Sydney Sweeney.
Blocked.
Blocked. Yeah. Not answering.
Not now, Sid.
Yeah. Not now, Sid. Doing a radio show. Kings are on a 7-game winning streak.
Hey, Jessica Alba. I heard you just broke up with your husband.
Sorry.
I am available.
Oh.
Exceptions.
Oh, I was going to say whammy. Okay, well, maybe. The Kings beat the Bulls. Gary Gerald got to visit with Domantas Sabonis post-game. And, hey, here's what it sounded like, ladies and gentlemen.
Do it.
How you doing, man? Give me a fist bump.
Good. I'm happy. I'll give you a hug.
I never get a chance to be courtside to see you up close and personal like this after a Kings win. 7 consecutive victories. How satisfying is this one?
It's great. You know, it was a lot of fun. Today was a tough one. You know, we came out slow, but the most important thing is getting the win, and we got the win.
And there was at different times, the ups and downs. I think this game had 28 lead changes in it. It's just back and forth. Turnovers at a minimum. It was entertaining from our standpoint. Is it fun as a player when you're involved in a game like this?
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. This group, we believe we're going to win fourth quarter. It's a winning time, and we got two of the best players in the clutch, so your anxiety gets lower.
What's it like when you're battling Vucevic? Two kind of throwback, old school type centers.
Big, it's tough. He has great touch, very smart player, getting guys open at the same time. He can shoot the ball like crazy. So you got to be ready at all times.
When you look at the final score, everybody's in double figures in the starting five. Fox hit 4 threes today. Keegan Murray knocks down 3 of them. Debo scores 21 points. Is there anything in particular that stands out on the offensive end?
We're just moving the ball. I feel like that pace is going quicker. Coach is letting me be creative. I get the ball. I'm just looking for guys setting screens, rolling. And it's opening up a driving lane for people.
And it's so entertaining to watch. We're just relishing it. And now we're going to savor a couple of hours to savor it and go on to Milwaukee tomorrow.
Yep.
Thank you,
guys. Thank you.
Give me another ball. Man, I never get to do
that.
I love it. Domantas Sabonis, our post-game guest here, Jason Ross. And
that's me.
That is you.
Yeah.
That is you. I love it.
And the other part too, we did just talk to Doug Christie last hour, but Doug and Domas have really worked out a really good relationship. Those two, that was Doug's player, right? For the better part of the last 2 years. And now he's the head coach. But to watch the results, and again, what Domas did in Boston, 28 rebounds.
Just taken for granted.
Incredible.
We just take them for granted.
Yeah.
And can we please stop with the Bam Adebayo versus Domantas Sabonis thing? Can we I love Bam. I loved him at Kentucky. He's a great player. Yes, he's a better defender than Sabonis. He's not Domantas Sabonis. He's not. Domantas Sabonis is a different player. And I believe he's a better player. So, Jason, if you would stop that would be amazing.
I will.
Also, real quick, I have an idea as we get to the standings. I know we're looking for an official celebration song.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah, of the streak.
Yeah.
And I had some the crack team here at Sacktown Sports 1140 unveiled. This is an actual clip of music superstar Post Malone's first ever song. And I wanted to see, this is not a joke. This is not a joke.
This is Posty?
100% not a joke. This is Post Malone. Here's a little clip. I think it should be our celebration song. And by celebration song, I should probably unmute it. So what do you think? Should I unmute it for everybody?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, I'm going to unmute it. Here's Post Malone's first ever song. Wait for it. Best line.
That's it? It's waiting for more.
And he's kind of got a little 80s,
Yeah, that was pre-Malone.
What the heck? It's honestly, you knew he had some songwriting chops. 100%. Just leave. That's the exact.
Yeah.
Malone has expressed his affinity for alternative rock music and appeared for a DJ set at Emo Night in Los Angeles, California in June 2017, playing songs by American alt-rock band My Chemical Romance.
Make no mistake about it. Chris heard that and immediately was like, I could bump that. I could listen to that. That's my jam. That's our official song of the winning streak. Let's look at the standings, Jason Ross. Okay, so the Sacramento Kings, what do you know, are a game above 500.
Yep.
When do we start looking at loss column? Is that like March? That's March, right? The Kings are alone in the 9 seed right now, ahead of the Phoenix Suns as the Warriors just tumbling down. The Warriors, to be clear, and Suns are both tied at 10. They're a half game back. It is so tight. The Spurs are a game back of the Kings. So the Kings are 2019. They're in the 9 seed, but they are a half game behind the Timberwolves for the 8 seed. They are a game behind the Clippers for the 7 seed. And how bad do those 2 losses sting now? Because they are a game and a half behind the Lakers for the 6th seed and no play-in whatsoever. As a matter of fact, Jason Ross, if we really want to get silly, the Sacramento Kings are 3.5 games behind the Denver Nuggets for the 4 seed and home court advantage in the first round. They have made up more than 3.5 games in the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So at this rate, 2 weeks from now, we're sitting in the 4, and we're right behind Memphis and Houston.
Yep.
Who we beat. Memphis we beat and should have beat on the road.
Houston.
And Houston we beat. And we've got now all of a sudden that first, and by the way, this Milwaukee game, first game of theirs back home from a road trip, that always hurts us.
Sure.
And so Houston, first game back, which I'm they beat Milwaukee. I'm really flinching on that. Houston's going to want revenge, blah, blah, blah.
Well, does this help? Houston plays the night before in Denver.
Well, okay, yes, it helps, but I wish they weren't playing in Denver. I don't like back-to-backs when the other team is coming in from Denver because I feel like they get done with that game, then they're like, I can breathe, and then they just run all over us. Look, either way, man, it's good times.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of fun.
And I find myself throughout this entire process not understanding what's going on. And after that Boston game, after the Chicago game, you know what I said?
What?
What the heck? That's all I'm saying.
Makes sense.
When we come back, what to watch? We got playoff football tonight.
Yeah, one more game.
And we got to watch some standings as well. So we got some NBA action as well. We'll get into some more Kings stuff. And then Alan will join us for a little Crossy Talk, winning streak edition. We did not do 4-down territory today because we just had a lot of people on. So we'll get back to it tomorrow. We're right back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Monday, getting out the door to a cool start. Some patchy frost possible across the valley floor. For the afternoon, expect plenty of sunshine, occasional north winds, and temperatures today in the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Don't miss the excitement of 49ers Game Day by securing your 2025 season tickets now. Inventory is limited, so speak with a representative. Dial 415-GO-NINERS and reserve your seats. That's 415-GO-NINERS.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, and guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just one dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, Price Lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
There's a guy on her text line. And
Here's a guy.
Or girl, I don't know, that I just adore. They really want the DeMar DeRozan song. DeMar DeRozan. Like, if it was all up to me, of course. If it was all up to me, every player would have a chant, a song. We'd be singing the whole time.
He literally has a song where he's mentioned in it.
Yeah, but how would that work with the crowd? Like, every time, like, he scores a bucket, we're glad you came back because y'all didn't deserve him neither. Like,
so you want something to join in with?
Yeah, that's the atmosphere.
Like the Domantas Sabonis song.
The Domantas Sabonis or the Keegan Murray or Keon Ellis.
We want the funk.
Yeah. Well,
he's got two of them.
Monk does.
Yeah.
Well, he has the weird one with the Monk chants or whatever. What's the other one? Oh, the we want the yeah. But didn't we decide not to do that?
No, they do.
Hurt?
They do it. So
he's doing just fine.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put that out in the air like that, huh?
Well, I'm just saying, everything anytime to do with the thing, you're the one that plays.
Also, Doug got back to me. He's gonna find out the brand of smelling salts he uses, so we can all try.
So we both texted him that same question, and
I'm gonna text him right now.
Let's see who gets the answer first.
He already sent it to me, so I pretty much am ranked first.
It's not a hand, it's a fist, guys. I've said that before. Hey, you know what? I hate the Lakers. Okay. I do passionately. I hate them.
Join the club.
Describe it.
I will say this: the retiring Michael Cooper's jersey. I 21. Actually always really like Michael Cooper. I'm glad to see that.
Sure do know a lot about Michael Cooper.
I do know a lot about Michael Cooper. Michael Cooper was
got ourselves a spy.
I loved him. I loved the way he played. He was the one. I liked Michael Cooper. It's like if you forced me to be like Lakers that you liked back in the day. I
would say my number one, Doug Christie, number two, Vlade Divac. Who's yours?
Mitch Richmond.
Oh.
And
DeMarcus Cousins.
There you go. I always had a lot of respect for Kareem. Just did. Never really hated him.
Bless you.
Oh my God, I'm allergic to it. I'm allergic to talking about Lakers I like. But Michael Cooper, like Kurt Rambis, I like because he was such a dork.
Kurt Rambis was a king too.
Yeah, he was. He's such a nerd-looking dude with his tape glasses and all that. It was just fun to watch.
Dork.
But I appreciate hustle and defense. Michael Cooper was a badass until Michael Jordan cooked him, and he didn't. Is Michael Cooper the one that cried after Jordan cooked him one game? I swear I remember that story. I could be wrong. And then because we've been so heavy, guys, on Kings today, I feel like we're rewarding everybody, especially you, Jason. I found something very, very special.
This is for me?
This is specifically for you. I'm taking you back to the I'm back to the 90s. Taking you back to the 90s, a decade that we loved so much. Let me make sure this is, that's unmuted. Everyone join along with a wonderful song.
With all the value, quality, and freedom of choice Americans want. It's unique. It's bold. It's ahead of the competition. Sizzler for the 90s. Exactly what America wants.
Let's go.
Sizzler is the choice of America. Sizzler gives you choices every day.
Yeah.
That's the Sizzler way. Get a little freedom in your
Wait for it.
Sizzler.
Just,
I do not remember that.
I have no memory of that
at all.
Did they like make an America song out of Sizzler?
That reminds, I don't know if it is Sizzler, but it's the, I think it was like a Sizzler teaching video. It's the guy cutting the prime rib, and he's just like, they're teaching him how to small talk with the customer.
I only remember steaks, seafood salads.
Oh, I do remember that. I do remember them going Sizzler.
Yeah.
But I don't, and I always, this is a reference literally nobody will get, and I am a psycho. I always thought that they ripped off that whisper. There was a Senate race in California in the 80s between Alan Cranston and a guy named Ed Shaw.
Yeah.
And Ed Shaw used to run commercials, and at the end it would go, Shaw. You remember that?
No.
Oh, damn it. Okay. And then the Sizzler commercials came out. Guys, the Denver Broncos have one quarterback in the entire history of the franchise that has won a playoff game that they drafted. Do you know who it is?
Tim Tebow.
Okay. Could you let him guess?
Oh.
Yeah, it's Tim Tebow. It's Tim Tebow.
Is it Tim Tebow?
It's Tim Tebow. Look,
Tim Tebow.
There's the picture and the graphic. Tim Tebow is the only quarterback drafted by Broncos to win a playoff game.
Those are some shoulder pads.
Those were like, those are.
Was John Elway drafted by like a?
It was the
USFL
Colts
team.
No, he was drafted by the Colts,
right.
and then was like,
a little Eli Manning-esque.
Yeah, but Eli learned that from him, and then
yeah, but John Elway could actually play baseball. What was Eli's excuse?
I'm not going to play for you. The Chargers drafted Eli, and he and his dad both said in unison, "What the heck?"
To be fair, do you think Eli had any idea about any of the decision making?
No, God, no. Lamar Jackson said this yesterday, describing what it's like to watch Derrick Henry live.
It looked like a movie clip. Like, when, like, I'm going to give Cars. You watch the movie Cars? You're a little bit too old to watch Cars, but anyway, for kids, I was a kid when I watched Kids. I was a kid when I watched Cars. That's all I'm saying. But, when Lightning McQueen just flying, flashing past, and then it's like, that's how Derrick looked.
That's, I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good description. Here's a highlight I saved for you. There's a reason I did, Jason.
Brady with the ball. Throws, end zone, touchdown. That's Mike Vrabel on the receiving end.
Mike Vrabel is the new coach of the New England
Yes.
Patriots. Mike Vrabel has 10 receptions in his entire Patriots career.
How many touchdowns?
10.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
10.
10 for 10.
10 for 10.
Let's have 10 touchdowns.
They're so lame.
Who?
The Patriots.
Why?
getting a coach that used to be your player when your team was better than it's ever been before. I think that's going to bring it back.
Right?
Never do that.
Aren't they
Please.
bringing back? Isn't he bringing back McDaniels too?
Is he? Oh,
I think so.
Oh God,
He's
is he?
talking about it?
Well, he's fired. Well, McDaniels is offensive coordinator.
Right.
Yeah, that might work. Do we have JR? Good.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, good morning, JR. JR, good morning. JR, do we? JR, is it turned up?
Turned up for what?
He probably has us on mute again.
All right, I'm going to put him on hold.
Come on, JR.
Remember when Marvel did the Iron Man and it worked out really well, and then everyone was like, "Wow, they've got a whole hundreds of years, damn near, of comic books to go. There's an endless supply of movie to watch."
Right.
Well, I feel like we just had that. I feel like we just had the same breakthrough in music, Jason.
Okay.
I present to you Dr. Seuss.
Yo, this is Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? Written by Dr. Seuss. And I'm gonna rap this book. Oh, the wonderful things Mr. Brown can do. He can go like a cow, he can go moo moo. Mr. Brown can do it, man. How about you? He can go like a bee. Mr. Brown can buzz. How about you? Can you go buzz buzz? He can go like a cork, pop 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 pop. He can go like horse feet, clap clap clap. He can go eek eek like a squeaky shoe. He can go like a rooster, cock a doodle doo. He can go like an owl, hoo hoo hoo.
I'll play the rest of this tomorrow because I know at some point someone's going to tune in and be like, "Kings have been winning."
I like that though.
I'm telling you, it's catchy.
Yeah. Pop pop.
I want to see the whole. I want to see MC Dr. Seuss, MC Doc Seuss come out, and their whole catalog is just album after. I want Cat in the Hat. I want Horton Hears a Who. I want all of it with a as the kids say, a fresh, funky beat behind it.
They do say that.
They do say that. We'll take a break. Alan Stiles
I pay my taxes.
joins us next with Crosstalks and Celebrity Birthdays. The Kings won 7 in a row right here in your home of the Kings Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Welcome to Staples.
I am so pumped. My business is going to kill it this year.
Awesome. How can I help?
First, a new computer.
With Staples Home and Office Hot Deals, you save big on tech.
And new posters.
Save on custom printing, too.
And,
a new chair?
A chair. Who has time to sit?
Maybe all your new clients?
Now you're talking.
With Staples Home and Office Hot Deals, you'll find huge savings on custom prints, storage, chairs, and tech. And now save up to $175 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 2/1.
Why choose Gonzalez Law Offices? Well, for criminal defense, expungements, sexual harassment, wrongful termination. The best thing you can do is to retain legal representation from an experienced defense attorney in Sacramento who helps you obtain the best possible results. At Gonzalez Law Offices, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has remained undefeated from 2016 through 2019 for jury trials, and this year will be no exception. Contact him at 916-304-9187 or at saclegaldefense.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. Call 800-885-3663. That's 800-885-3663. 800-885-3663.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Hoblit Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. Hey, good morning. Okay. All right. Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Wow. No.
There they are.
There we go. Hi. Hey. Alan Stiles. This is the longest win streak the Kings have had since you've been here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your
thoughts.
Yeah.
Who's responsible for it?
Well, I was talking to Kyle about the difference between this season and the Beam team.
Ledbetter or Draper?
Ledbetter.
Okay.
About just about how this compares to the Beam team season, and completely different situation. They were 3 seed or 2 seed for a lot of that season, but just the vibes and how everything is feeling. And I think everybody's just happy right now, man. And why wouldn't you be?
Of course.
Yeah. Good vibes. Great vibes. I still want to see what happens when their backs are no longer against the wall. They're a game and a half out of the 6th seed, and we've seen this team before get a little complacent. I find it hard to believe that they will with Doug, but the better they play, they're out of the basement a little bit now. Can they still manufacture that urgency? That's what I want to see.
I'm not opposed to that, and honestly, I think we all kind of have our benchmarks. Maybe they won't, but I think they probably will lose again this year. I want to see what the next game looks like.
Yes,
let's see what the next game looks like after they lose. Finally, just how they bounce back. And we did have former Pepperdine College player Doug Christie on earlier, and we're all in the process right now. In fact, I think half the station has texted him to get the name brand of his smelling salts.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get them. Have you ever done a smelling salt before?
I have.
Would you want to
Describe
join?
it.
Yeah, describe it.
Just opens you up,
Yeah. What's it smell like?
I don't even know.
Ammonia.
Not ammonia.
Black pepper.
There's not really
mint.
when you smell it, it's not like you're sniffing something.
Yeah.
It's like something happens.
It's
to you.
like, you remember those pens back in the day, the jokester pens, when I'd give you a pen, but it really would shock you?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that feeling.
Oh, well, sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, would you
Yes.
crack one open on the air with us?
Yes.
Okay. If
I already do that.
And when we do that, do we do it all at once, or do we go one by one?
I don't know.
Yeah,
What are the rules?
I
We'll have
think
to
the
think
listening
about that.
experience would probably be better one by one.
One by one. Okay. Celebrity birthdays are brought to you by Crumble Cookies. You know what? I was thinking about this over the weekend. I don't think there's anything that brings family and friends together for birthdays better than crumble cookies. Crumble cookies, they're so good. Yum, yum, yum. Jason Ross.
I've got, I'm going to start a little different today. I've got a specialty one for each of you.
Oh.
Just tailor-made for you, just to see how you do. And if others want to chime in, we'll see how.
Taylor's version.
For Dave, the person I have that's celebrating a birthday today is former San Francisco Giant, one-hand catch himself, Kevin Mitchell.
Okay. All right, so let's see here. Okay, and he was probably 62.
Okay, and just guesses for the others, just curious.
60. On the nose.
65.
I still have a poster somewhere at my parents' house of him and Will Clark with bats on their shoulders, and it said the Pacific Stock Exchange on it. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Dave, he was 62 yesterday. 63 today. Well done.
Come on.
All right, we're going to start this one with Alan as a food connoisseur that he is. Okay. On this day, in what year did the show Chopped debut? A show you watch or have watched?
Oh, it feels like it's been around forever, but that's a tough one. I'm just going to go random. It feels like it. Yeah, 2000s. That feels too early. I'm going to say, or the early 2000s, I should say. I'm going to say 2008 and maybe be completely wrong.
Okay. Any other guesses? Just
Chopped. Yeah, I think it was more like 2013.
2006.
Good. Alan was closest. 2009.
Wow.
And then Chris, specifically for you, one of your all-time favorite actors, celebrating a birthday today, Michael Pena.
Michael Pena is
Ted What's-His-Face known more for Chopped now, do you think, than the straight guy?
Queer Eye for
the Straight Guy.
Didn't even know he was in that show.
So the answer is yes. Wow. Okay, back to you.
I'm going to guess Michael Pena is 48.
Any other guesses for you guys?
50 on the nose.
I'm going to say 49.
Carmichael Dave got it right, but Chris was right there.
Who's Michael Pena?
Chris, describe him.
He's our
describe him.
Denzel Washington.
He's Howard.
Who's Howard?
Okay.
What has he been in, Chris?
Oh, that Michael Pena. I thought he was.
As soon as you look him up, you'll know exactly who he is. I think you'll know exactly who he is.
Ant-Man, End of Watch.
I promise
30
you.
minutes or
I
less.
promise.
Chips. Observe and Report. Chips.
I promise you, I will be honest.
You're not. It's not like
him.
Yeah.
Oh God, what do I know him from though? It's not any of
that. Is not John Leguizamo.
No.
Wow. I guess we all look alike.
He's got one of those faces where it's like I know who that is, but
okay. Happy birthday today.
He's always the same character.
Oh, let's do back.
He literally is not the same character.
Entertainment.
You're saying Observe and Report Michael Pena and let's say Moonfall Michael Pena are the same character. You're just wrong.
It's wrong. Yeah. Moonfall.
Wow, we hit a nerve. On this date, in what year?
Jarhead. Sorry, that's where I know Michael Pena from. Go ahead.
Did the television show Schitt's Creek?
2014.
Around there. 2016.
2017.
You guys tied 2015. On this date, in what year did the musical just gem of a song, You Can't Touch This, by MC Hammer?
Oh, I think I can get this.
My uncle's cousin.
No, I think I can get this. Hold on. I think it was 1990. I'm going to be off. It's either that or I'm off a year.
It's 91.
Guaranteed. It's 90.
No, Dave's right. It's 90.
It's 90.
Correct answer is 1990.
Now, look that up.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Patrick Dempsey. He was,
and Lee McLovin.
Yeah, McDreamy.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't the guy that was in Dallas?
No,
that's
Patrick.
No, that's the guy who's in. No, Patrick Duffy was in South Park.
Duffy.
He had celery for a leg, I think. Patrick who?
Dempsey.
Oh.
McBean.
I believe the star of Lucas. He is 65. No. Yeah. Oh yeah.
62.
57.
Chris is closer, 59.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday to, I don't know which one he is, but Liam Hemsworth. One of the Hemsworths.
Oh, that's
these guys.
No, that's not Thor. That's not Thor.
Yeah.
These guys, man.
He's Hemsworth.
He's 44.
This is getting ridiculous now.
Now, Chris Hemsworth, meow. Oh, my goodness gracious.
But Liam,
yeah. Whatever. That's the Oasis guy.
45.
He is 41.
I believe Chris was closer, 35.
Wow.
That Hemsworth brother.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Julia Louise Dreyfus.
Did you know she's the daughter, literally, she's the daughter of a billionaire?
I
went down this whole rabbit hole with her.
Which one?
The one guy. Describe him.
Louis Dreyfus.
Yeah. Julia Louis Dreyfus is 61.
No.
Probably in my favorite television show.
Seinfeld? Veep?
Yeah. 63.
Saturday Night Live.
Well, you have Veep.
66.
Wow. You have Veep ahead of Newsroom?
What was your guess?
61.
Alan's closest, 64.
Oh, she's old.
Happy birthday. Where are we going to go here? Orlando Bloom.
Legolas.
Crikey.
Orlando Bloom. Where is Orlando Bloom, by the way? Did he just disappear?
Is he?
I think he cashes check and he's good.
He's good?
Am I confusing things? Is he married to Katy Perry? Or was he married?
I thought that was Russell Brand.
She was married.
Oh.
I think they were dating.
Who, Orlando Bloom and Russell Brand? Orlando Bloom is 44. Good for him if he did that.
42.
47.
Chris is closer, 48. Happy
What?
birthday to Doug Martin. What was his great nickname, the running back for Tampa Bay?
Oh,
the Muscle
Hamster. Yeah.
Muscle hamster.
Doug Martin is 40. He's 40. The Muscle Hamster is awesome.
38.
42.
And he hated it.
Alan's closest, 36.
Oh, my goodness. The young Muscle Hamster.
And from the NBA, former NBA player James Posey.
Why am I having... I know the name. Why am I having trouble
Buster's cousin
on James Posey? Give me obviously I know the name. I know he played in the NBA.
You want a reference?
Yeah.
When Peja Stojakovic had his career high, I don't remember what the number was. It might have been 41, but Posey was covering him, and they talked a little bit. And he's like, well, he can look at his jersey because that's how many he scored. Something like that.
Okay. Wow. This kid's doing quite well, too. He's 47. Welcome to the...
48.
46.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Styles.
Wow.
Bing, bam, boom.
Good work, guys.
Great work.
Hey, speaking of Alan Styles.
Yeah.
Good luck following our show. What do you got coming up?
You saw Kings?
A lot of Kings.
A lot of Kings.
A lot of Kings.
Atta baby.
A lot of beam talk.
A lot of beam. There should be.
Right.
You know, they've won 7 in a row.
7 in a row.
You know, they're the only team that's won every game in 2025 in the world.
7 in a row.
That's right. Alan Styles is coming up next. Light the beam. Thanks to everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite teams